Jeff Street.
Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Soundman in the building. I'm in the building, ladies and gentlemen, and today is Friday. Open mic, and we can talk about anything. I'm going to keep tonight pretty short, though. I'm going to keep it tonight pretty short because today's Friday, man, and everybody's off work. Well, mostly everybody's off work. And all the fat booties are at the club tonight, man. All the fat butts are at the club tonight, man, and I'm trying to see what's up. I'm trying to see what's up with a fat butt tonight, man. Yes, indeed. Hey, can I keep it 100 with you? Can I keep it 100 with you? Shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. Money Stay Woke, Johnny Get Down, Mike Reynolds, Marissa McCoy, Alex Montez. Yes, indeed. Stockafella, Astrid. Who else is up in here? How you doing, Miss Harden? Africa Emporium, Roderick Gray. Chase, shout out to everybody in there, man. Just keeping it 100 with you guys. It's Friday night, man. Everybody's out here having a good time. Got people already beating up the chat lines. All right, well, I'll be taking calls in just a minute. All right, let's go ahead and get the show started with, ladies and gentlemen. And as we said yesterday, today was all about gold after what happened last night. It was all about gold, but, people love this rally, man. They absolutely love this rally. And regardless of what happened, many, besides on the OTC side, when you're talking about gold, the gold stocks ran, but they faded. I couldn't get shares to short after I saw the fade. So you ran back to options. And again, shout out to Bat Scientist and his 4x8 strategy, 4x8 EMA strategy. I mean, just shout out to Bat Scientist, man. If you follow Bat Scientist 4x8 strategy by 10:45 on the 5-minute chart, you saw GDX, and you can go to JNUG, you can go to some of these other gold ETFs. On the options, they crossed. All right, you bought in the money puts there, and you just let it ride because the stock never got back. ETF, never got back to crossing until well below late in the day where you could take profits. So shout out to Bat Scientist for that. Appreciate you, sir. But we also talked about some of the other stocks that should be up. DTII was one of those. DTII ran in the morning before coming back down. People again came back to their senses on that. Quite a few other, small little small little military plays started running. All right, small little military plays started running. All right, you said post a link to the Discord. All right, let me post a link to the Discord. Here. Somebody needs the link to the Discord. One moment here. All right, what's going on, Oakland in the house? There it is. That's the link to the Discord. What's going on, Mr. JRH? Lennox John, how are you? SC Trucker. All right, Mag3690. Ryan Gets It. What's up, man? Ryan Gitz is talking about FDBL for the summer. Friendable? Okay. Friendable's been doing pretty well this April. I've actually been surprised at how stable Friendable looks. You know, it's one that I never was able really to get an opinion on, because if you guys remember, Mr. Lloyd, shout out to Mr. Lloyd, loyal listener, had got burned by this stock. So every time we would bring it up, it was just an automatic no-go, because he would call up the show and say, hey, no. So I never really was, because of that, I never really got into it. But here we have Friendable making some good moves over the last couple of days. 31% gain today. 646 call back, man. Congratulations, Lennox. Lennox said he got a job, more money to invest. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. That's what's up, man. You should always have an income coming in. All right? Always have an income coming in. Even, I have that video posted up from Institute of Trading where, yes, even the best traders in the world have an income. All right? Even some of these best traders that we see here with their little videos and whatever, they all have some kind of income generating system for themselves besides the actual trading. Videos, courses, whatever it is. Alerts. You should always have an income coming in. 646, you're on the air. What's up?
Good evening. I was very excited about the AMLH. I mean, it made such a great move in the last hour of trading. The volume came in, and it looks great for next week.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, this CEO, I mean, he's really different from so many OTC CEOs, being that he puts himself out there. He's really aggressive with promoting his company. Unlike so many others who I've worked with in the past, and I've tried to get on the show and they don't want to show their face, or they want to use pseudonyms and all that kind of crap. What do you like about the company long term? I mean, is it something that you're just kind of riding the wave, or you?
I'm riding the wave.
Okay.
I am. I think it really can get to a penny between now and Wednesday this week. Wednesday's that trade show in New York City.
Yeah.
That they're going to present, and just look at the chart and the volume, and hopefully we've gotten most of those people in the triple zeros out of the stock now.
Sure. Yeah, I'm thinking that probably could be the case, especially on those two red days there. Especially, what was that, the third, or was that the fourth? Yeah, the fourth especially.
Fourth.
I think that could have been the day that a lot of people, you had an insane amount of volume. If you were sitting on millions of shares in the triples, you should have unloaded that day. But yeah, AMLH doing really well. So
thank you.
We'll definitely be looking to see what happens on Tuesday.
I wanted to ask you that idea you threw out last night. Actually, what you do, you have 40 stocks, the triple, in the front, you put $10 to $100 in each of those 40 stocks. I'd love to get that list. I think that's a brilliant idea. It really is, because like you said, it takes just a few, and you can hit, and you're way ahead.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I put it out last night, some stocks that I was looking at, but I'll go ahead and put that, a couple other ones that I'm digging up. I have dug up today as well. I'll put them in the chat room here just after I call. But you just spread out the money a little bit. I mean, again, I focus on companies that have ran before, that have been promoted in the past, that could be promoted, again, based on, catalysts on what's going on in the world, or just on news that may have came out. So, it's a really, really good strategy. And, I just think it could help somebody who's got some extra cash laying around that they're not using.
Definitely. I really appreciate that. And can I bring up the USRM? I was really nervous this morning because it broke below the 8-day moving average, which was 0.108. And I've learned with penny stocks, when you break below the 8 or the 20-day, 1-day moving average, 90% of them don't come back. And it came roaring back this afternoon. The volume poured in. Yeah. Very encouraged.
Yeah, I mean, people believe in USRM, and I saw that too. On the daily chart, it still says stay in the chart, but that's not the candlestick you want to see. So I'm still definitely going to be watching USRM on Monday, because it did happen, and sure, we had people buy up those cheap shares, but that's still not the kind of action we want to see in the stock already. So I'll be watching very, very carefully USRM.
Yeah, I agree with you. One more, the GBSN, that it's so important to have alerts. If I didn't get that alert at 12:15 this afternoon about the reverse split, I would have lost more money. That's critical. Everyone should have alerts. The stock really cratered.
I mean, that's so disappointing because, again, we really thought that this was going to be a stock that was just going to allow itself to grow back to previous levels organically. But we made each other aware of the fact that this used to be a NASDAQ company. I mean, this was a company that traded at much higher levels than it is now, and allowed itself to get beat up. And I thought that they would, again, allow themselves to just kind of get back to those levels, just using, recent developments in the company to grow shareholder value. So to see them doing the reverse split, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's just disappointing for investors who've been riding the stock all the way down.
Plus, the CEO has a history of doing these reverse splits every few months, dumping shares. I just don't. It is what it is. Right. You just have to not get emotionally attached to these things.
Absolutely.
That's one thing I've learned in all these things. But thank you. Enjoy your. I'm going to continue watching.
Appreciate it. Thank you, 646. Appreciate the call, man. What's going on, Mr. Lloyd? See Mr. Lloyd in the chat room. 614, you on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal. What's up? K. Harvey here, bro.
Hey, K. Harvey. What's up, man?
Bro, I'm glad I called you last night. I got the hell out of GBSN, just like you said.
Yeah.
I rode it all the way to 7, dropped back down to 6 now. I said, I'm out. And later that day, it dropped like whatever. And then they did a reverse split on that stock.
Yeah.
Starting Monday.
That was really again, man. I'm really disappointed. A part of me knew it was kind of too good to be true, but with the fact of the matter is that they want to get back to the NASDAQ. I get it. They want to get back to that level because when you're a biotech company trading on the NASDAQ 1, you can get covered by a lot of the institutional banks out there. By their analysts, and because of the reports that they can create on your company, that opens you up to better financing options and whatnot. So it's disappointing, but at the end of the day, man, I'm glad you made some money in it. But I would have loved them to see the stock go up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 cents. I think it really could have done that if they just let it go.
Yeah. My friend and I told you we normally go our picks for next week. And he bought up Astrid stock, AMLH. So I think I'm gonna jump into that and participate in that one. Shout out to Astrid for bringing that to the room. As she thought the CEO was good looking. I always thought that was funny. But anyway, bro. Only other one I was looking at is the DTII. I was thinking about that. It ran this morning up until like 11 o'clock. Missed out on it, but I was also thinking about that. What are your thoughts on that, sir?
Yeah, DTII was just a one-day thing. I think it's something that could run in the future. So let it, burn out what it's done today. I wouldn't be somebody who's hopefully not in the stock today thinking that on Monday it's going to keep running or whatnot. Let it get all the way back to, pre, today's levels. What was that? 0060s. Yeah, let it get back to the 0060s, and then if you want to hold into maybe some news in the future, because we don't know how far this government's willing to escalate the situation here in Syria. So with that being said, it could always run up, and you'll have another opportunity to get an opportunity to sell into a lot of profit, like what happened today in DTII.
Right. Well, all right, bro, I'll let you go. Again, thanks for your help last night. Normally I'm all right, but last night I needed some help with that GSBN, and I took my profit and ran. So appreciate you, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Shout out to K. Harvey for the call. All right, Big Zini. Shout out to Big Zini. Ended the week green. Yeah. What's going on, Cali girl? Uh-oh. I think I got who... Mr. Lloyd, you're on the air. What's up, man?
Hold on, let me pause this because I got to make sure I'm listening, make sure ain't nobody else calling in. I don't usually have to hit play and shit and try to listen in at the same time. You got me doing too much, man.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Man, I finally got back in and made a little money this morning. I played NVIDIA for a quick scalp for 400.
Okay.
Got to get back into the rhythm again,
Yeah.
and then I feel like I do better when you got 10 or 15 different charts up. I feel like I overanalyze and I almost like spook myself out, or the time that I spend looking at a chart, it'd be too late and I get in too high, man. But I do a better job getting in at work, looking at a still chart than looking at a moving chart, because it tends to, I don't know, it just tends to play with my mind. So I ended up getting into a trade today, CIE. I got in at 55 cents on my little Robinhood account. And I put like 300. I only got like $300 or $400 in there, and I just threw it all in there. And it went from 55 cents, and I got in based off the there was no moving averages on the scanner that I had. I was basically strictly on the chart, and it was the bullish engulfing that I got off of. Got off into it because of the volume was there. Yeah, so man, it went up from 55 cents to 60 cents, and then I went ahead and busted out my big boy account and bought 2,000 shares at 60 cents, or 59 cents, excuse me. Mm-hmm. And so right now it's sitting at 65, but I'm a little nervous to tell people to go buy it because we're in that oversold area. You know, people say, oh, it's going to be new resistance, but hell, man, I mean, I really don't like playing with, you know, when it comes to oversold. I mean, look how far that chart just moved up, man. I mean, shit. So it may do some cool off, man, but I may be taking my little, you know what sucks? Let me tell you something that sucks. And this is why I like options, but I don't like options, because you can lose everything when you play options. But when you buy the shit outright, I got $1,200 in this shit, and it went up 3 or 4 cents. I only made $80.
Yeah. And if that was an option, if that was an option, it'd probably be $300. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's just hard for me to grasp onto that risk reward. And here that I'm risking so much more for a little bit. And it's like, but options, if the shit doesn't go your way, you lose every damn thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn if you do and damn if you don't, you know? So, but I just had to share CIE. So what you feeling about it, man?
It looks good, man. I mean, CIE, I got the hourly chart pulled up, just looking at what the strength was over the course of 2 days. I like using the hourly. And yeah, man, I mean, the stock crossed yesterday at around 10:30 and has not let up, man. It's been a buy ever since then. And sure enough, man, you've been riding the top of the Bollinger Band higher, even going above it, and still having people buying into that pressure. So I think you're doing really, really well. You acknowledge it yourself that you're a little hot on the RSI now. It's definitely hot, you know. Right. But you know, so I would probably on Monday, you know, if you're worried, I would probably, you know, take something off to the table, you know, in the morning, in that morning pressure, man.
But you know what's fucked up though? I only got $80 profits from 59 to 63. So you say take some off the table.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I mean, I'm going to take. Nothing to take. And so, I mean, I don't know, man. That's the hard thing about trading stocks, is that it takes so much more of my capital to make, you know, a whole. And I mean, I have to play penny stocks. I mean, this is a penny stock.
Yeah.
So I think $1,200 is sufficient enough when you play these type of plays. But I mean, it takes so much movement for me to make some real money. So I mean, would you take the $80 off the table and just move on?
Yeah, I would take the 80 and just move on, man. I mean, just kind of looking at, let me see what the daily is. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the daily chart.
I mean, I know this shit's gonna pull back. I mean, shit. Look, I mean, how many times have we seen the same scenario where this motherfucker walk straight up and continue? I mean, we know that motherfucker gonna have like a big ass red candle right next to it.
That's true.
Yeah, so, I mean, I know it's coming, and I'm not going to sit here and doubt myself, oh, this shit's going to keep going straight up, because I've been burned too many times. But I just had to let you know that I'm coming back, baby. I'm coming back. I'm making a little bit more money, but I wanted to tell you. So I remember I couldn't tell you about the loss I had, but I need to tell you now. So basically, I had the Russell 2000 up, and I wanted to see how much 20 puts cost me. just out of shits and giggles. And I had the mouse on my lap, and I end up, when I don't know if you got you ever played with Thinkorswim?
No, never played with Thinkorswim.
Well, so basically, I clicked on it, and I basically went to see what it cost me. It was like $4,200 or something like that. And I was like, okay, but for some reason it double clicked, man, and the order went through.
Oh.
And they rate me for it. It was like it went in naturally.
Oh my God.
And it was the spread was so fucking bad. Basically, I think I lost
$5,000.
$5. Yep.
What?
I couldn't get out of it.
God damn, $5,000 on an accident? Shit.
So that's why, and I mean, the mouse was on my lap, bro. I couldn't even get out of it. I was just trying to see how much it cost me if I bought them.
Damn, man.
Because when you want to analyze the trade, you have to right click on it and then click analyze. But I went ahead and checked the price out because typically that's what I do beforehand, and all that little profit that I won is just gone. But I mean, I'm not upset about it.
But hold on though. Okay, so doesn't the broker, because you know how when you put in an order, right, you usually sent to a review screen. They always, literally.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, so you were playing on the review. You're already on the review screen. Okay, wow.
Yeah, I was on a review screen, but when the review screen came up, the button, the little pointer was already on the OK button, and so my big ass fingers did the double click. Some market maker said, "This big ass dummy, give me this shit," and took every damn thing.
Shit.
So. But I'm not upset. I basically, I've been here before with INMV, and I've done it before in the past, so I'm not hurt by it. But I was a little sick to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of money to lose.
Yeah. Speaking of INMV, though.
But anyways, man,
that actually kind of looks like a buy right now. I don't know if you looked at it, but
shit, Judge, you better not touch. Don't touch that shit, man. Do not touch it. It is bullshit. What's going on with it right now? As better buys, people, pumping that shit like, just don't even waste your time with, man. Ain't no fucking, if it is, you don't know when it's going to go up, and you just putting your shit in there.
There it is.
But I ain't going to hold up the show, man. You got 158 fucking people. How can I, is there like a limitation on how many people can watch this shit?
Nah, man. We just going to keep going up. Yeah, I mean, that's all. As long as
fucking YouTube gonna make you start paying some fucking rent or something. You're like, oh no, man, your ass is gonna have to start paying monthly. You got too many motherfuckers watching this shit. Anyways, man. All right, well, have a good night, man. I got some people here measuring the house up, so I can get this renovation done, and we will chat later, bro. Have a good weekend.
Appreciate it. You as well, too. Thank you so much, Mr. Lloyd, for the call. Shout out to the call, Mr. Lloyd. I mean, now I know why he didn't want to tell me, man. Now I know why he didn't want to tell me. I mean, $5,000 to lose on a mistake, a technicality. That sucks, man. That's a lot of penny stocks, bro. I'm thinking about that kind of capital, man. I could flip that 3-4 times, man. Damn. 704, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, good morning. I mean, no, this is good evening.
Yes, good evening.
I'm not a night owl like this guy. My eyes are already burning, but it's okay. How's everybody doing?
Doing good over here. Doing good over here, Astrid. How was your day today?
It was awesome. So I got into RCHA, but I made a silly rookie move.
Ooh.
I did I bought in at the 0002.
Okay.
By mistake, and I think I just wasn't thinking, and it was in the green, and then I saw that was the ask price, and I got my shares, and I clicked okay, but I didn't mean to. I mean, it's not huge.
Okay.
I'm just like, it was $20. I spend that at Walmart, no biggie, but I should have really just bought in at the 0001.
Okay.
But anywho, that was just a lesson to me to pay more attention. So the other one that I'm really excited about is my AMLH.
Yeah, that one keeps running. I mean, they're doing so well.
It is, and that's because it's a great CEO behind it. Now, I'm not a pumper or anything like that. I just, I do my due diligence, and I just like what I'm seeing. Now, I probably need some help assimilating the financials because that part is still what I need to work on. But in terms of his vision and, the communication, don't we all like it when we have a CEO communicating with us, who's keeping us in the know, who's letting us know, what's going on, and he's so passionate about this business. So in turn, it makes us passionate as investors. And there are also just a lot of catalysts, that are going to be happening. He tweeted this morning that the investor relations team is reviewing questions for him to address live on Facebook. It's like, boom, that's going to be happening Monday. And then towards the end of the day, Alan Wheatspan, I don't know who that is, he says, I'm in AMLH, can't wait for Monday morning. So, things like that's driving this baby up. Then we have Wednesday. There's a conference. That's another catalyst, so it's just like constant things. Now, I don't know if things are going to slow down after a while, but I'm not mad. Right now there's a lot going on, and it's making everybody happy. And also, this is an esports arena, so for all those people that play video games, I mean, I'm from the Atari era. I don't do the FIFA and all the games that are out there now. My 13-year-old does, but there was where is it here? So there's a Major League Soccer team that got its first esports player. So this player, Christopher Hawley, he's going to represent the outfit in the FIFA tournaments. Wow. This is becoming a huge thing.
Oh, yeah. Esports is going to be a big thing in the future. Absolutely.
Yeah.
With the virtual reality becoming a lot more, better detailed, better games. I mean, yeah, esports is going to be huge. Absolutely.
Right. So I think, that's why I'm excited about it. And like I said, I really love the communication. He's tweeting. He's on Facebook. And this is actually the first iHub board that I've seen that is actually positive and doesn't have a lot of bashing, and it's really refreshing. And Christian Bishop, he says that one of his top 3 things on his bucket list is to build a relationship with Mark Cuban. Okay, doesn't Mark Cuban own a sports team?
Oh, absolutely. The Dallas Mavericks. That'd be huge.
Yeah. I was like, what if? I mean, he has that drive and he has that passion. He also is well connected. So besides, being on The Bachelorette, he has that following. His cousin plays for the Denver Broncos. Justin Forsett. Okay. Don't know who that is, but there's this thing called a shower pill. It's a fitness hygiene brand that he's running with his cousin, and that's a website, www.showerpill.com. So this guy is just into everything. He's, entrepreneur. So yeah, I'm really excited about that one, following that one, doing my due diligence. And then of course, USRM. Still into that. I took advantage of some of the dip this morning, and I am looking at. Did you talk about OXIS last night?
We touched on it a little bit, but no recent news. Because I see here the last news is on the 4th. Do you have any new information to put up about it?
No, I came across it, and I just couldn't remember if that was one we talked about, but. With doing some research this morning, I was looking at USEI, and then OXIS came across my screen, and then I was also doing some research on RCHA, and that's why I had asked you about the float, because I was trying to find the float for RCHA, and I couldn't, but then you provided me with the information. So yeah, I'm excited about, the ones that I have now, and just beast mode on.
There it is.
Getting it. So, all right, I'll see you guys. I probably won't be able to stay up as long as you all, but let me go back in the room, see what you guys are talking about.
No problem. Thank you so much for the contribution, Astrid.
Okay, good night.
All right. So Astrid, 100% on board with AMLH. All right. 100% on board with AMLH. Here's how the stock's been acting up over the hourly chart. Again, this is a great way to see strength over multiple days, and the stock is very strong. All right, very, very strong, and looks like they're building themselves a little bit of a community there on iHub. And Astrid sounding like a promoter a little bit. Oh, she was using promoter talk there, So shout out to Astrid. Yeah, she sounded like how I used to sound some of my old videos, So shout out to Astrid. And enjoy those profits, man. They're coming in real well. I mean, the stock is up 5,200%. The stock is up 5,200% from March the 14th. All right, since March the 14th. So you're talking about, what is that, 14, 15 days? 14, 15 days, $100 investment has turned into $5,200, man. $100 has turned into $5,200 in AMLH. Again, like most people, I understand you probably wouldn't have let it ride that long, but you've got to, this is incredible. When we talk about, again, I'm not going to beat the dead horse, but the ability to make money in penny stocks, dealing with a lot of these 0001s, 0002s, because when they get the running, they get the running. They get the running. So shout out to Astrid and all the people who are in the stock still enjoying the profits. Still enjoying the profits. Yes, indeed. So I see I got Stock God in the room. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to have him on the show now. So let me go ahead and get my thing started here with Stock God. 1 second here. Let me get rid of that. And I want him to discuss his RSI strategy. For those of you guys who don't follow him on Twitter, he's got a wonderful RSI strategy that's delivered great profits to him that I've seen posted up. Let me see here. I think that's the first one. One moment here. Let me look for the other one. So Stock God, if you can, give me a call. Give me a call. And you can walk us over your strategy here. Walk us over your strategy here and let us know kind of what we're looking at. When we look at your RSI strategy, how exactly do we do it? How do we, take advantage of, let me see how to trade this. Let me see if I can lighten that up. There it goes. Brighten that up so everybody can see it better. All right, 757, are you on the air? 757, you there? 757.
Hey, Stock God.
Hey, what's up, man? All right. Oh, good, man. Glad to have you on. So yeah, man, I see you making a killing on Twitter. People liking your statuses and whatnot. And I mean, I just said, hey, man, this is a brother out here making some money. If you'd be willing to share his strategy, and I'm so happy that you were able to do so, man. And go ahead and tell us what we're looking at here on the screen.
No, man, look, man. I mean, if it weren't for you, I'd be out back, man. Like when I first started, I didn't know where to go, bro. Like, when you first get into this game, you trying to look for something to grab onto, like and so when I stumbled across your YouTube channel back in August, and I was like, oh, this the guy here. So, I got to give a shout out to you and everybody in your chat room, man, because you guys are very intelligent, man, and that's kind of helped me, on my way. And then I just started, studying, man. I mean, I was in the wintertime, I was studying, 14, 15 hours a day, looking at charts. Yeah, real honest to God, man. Just studying, reading charts, and I started to. Only indicators I use is volume and RSI, and okay. I started to see. That's the only indicators I use, and I started to see patterns form when the chart breaks out. When the stock breaks out, I started to see charts forming. And what I like to do, I love dip buying. All right, so we'll get into that later. But what normally happens when you got a really good catalyst play, a play that likes to spike first thing in the morning. That's where I make the most of my money at, is within the first 30 minutes of the morning. And I'm usually done for the day. So what happens is it'll spike. You might get a small dip, and then the stock will just take off. And I don't never jump in on those. I can now. I feel a little bit more comfortable jumping in on those spikes now. But you still got to be careful because the pullback may be so strong. You could lose. You could lose a lot of that. So what I like to do is when you get a good catalyst play, a small cap that's got a low float and it just takes off, I let it take off. People get upset. Hey, I missed it. I love it. I love when it takes off because I know if it's a good, strong play, when people sell their positions, it's going to start to cool off. I call it the RSI cool off because what happens is once they sell, the RSI cools off. And when it cools off, it forms a pattern. Every time the play cools off and they sell their positions, the chart forms a pattern. Just like today in CLNT. If you look at that, you got it up right now. I can't look at your
I'm
screen,
about to pull that up now. CLNT.
Okay.
5-minute chart?
No, I always do 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay, all right. So
And
1 minute.
The reason why I do 1 minute, y'all might not agree with me, but the reason why I only do 1 minute, because I play with 80 to 90% of my portfolio.
Ooh.
So I get in and out pretty quick. So I don't fuck around. I don't have time for that shit.
Oh,
So
wow. So you're
you
going in real heavy on every single trade then.
Every single trade, I'm anywhere from 5 to 7K every trade. So like I said, a lot of people, I'm a little unorthodox. A lot of people may not agree with that. It may rub them the wrong way, but it works for me. You got to find what works for you. But I see that the RSI is helping a lot of people, man. And that's why I started my little YouTube channel and people in my chat room. A lot of guys are using it, and it helps, man. It helps us find it because you hear a lot of guys say, "Take the meat of the move." Like, well, you don't know where the fuck it's going to end at.
Right.
So that
right.
RSI will tell you. The RSI will tell you. That's why I love it so much. Like, if you look at CLNT right now, and do you have my chart that I sent you with that little drawings and shit?
Yes. Let me see. This is the GLBS one. Let me find the. Let me see. Is this one? Okay, I think it's this one. All right. Let me spread that out a little bit. All right. So I got it on the screen right now.
All right. So you see the first, all right, you see my, all right, so if you see the first breakout off the channel, right? All right, so you see the first breakout, you could have made money there, right? So let's say you didn't get in on that. Let's say you didn't get on that first breakout. Now you see it broke out and you see the RSI going above 70, right? Or like in the 70 zone.
Okay.
All right, so you see where I got the little circle where the red is, right? Just keep an eye on that. So what happens when now it's starting to cool off? Right now it's above 70, so it's in an overbought state, right? Everyone's buying it, so it's really hot. So once it starts to cool off, you see it over there to the right. You can see the RSI dipping down, almost down to like the 40 range.
Yeah, it starts.
Y'all follow me? You see that?
Real cooling off.
Yep, it's cooling off. So when it cools off, look, it forms another pattern. So when it forms that pattern, it starts to squeeze. Once that pattern squeezes, and then that bitch breaks out, it's gone. So what happens is I let it squeeze, and I like to get in and make sure that it holds up support well. And in this pattern, it did, and then it breaks out. Now, a lot of guys will tell you, look, it's good to, get in and get out, but they don't tell you when to get out. They don't tell you, and my RSI does that. If you look at the previous RSI high, it's around 60, 70. So that's where I would have got out at the second entry. The second entry breakout, I would have got out at around 60, 70, and that's what I did. And I made like $400 right there.
Wow.
Just off that play.
Wow.
So that's what I do. I do that shit. I do the same thing over and over and over. That's all I do. I don't deviate from it. I do the same shit over and over. I look for big breakouts. Once they break out, big spikes in the morning, then they start to consolidate, they start to cool off, and they start to squeeze. I jump in. And then sometimes it goes the wrong way. That shit does happen. So I don't really do shorts right now. I'm really in the long. So if I end up losing, it's about $100, $200, and I sell quick though. I'm in and out. I don't stay long. So, but normally I make about $500 to $700 every time I do that shit. Sometimes I get lucky. It keeps running up, and then I might make $700 or $800 on one play, but that's what I do every day.
Man.
Same shit. And because of you, I got 5 accounts right now.
Ah.
So because I'm under the I'm a hustler, man. I'm under the PDT rule, so I got several different accounts, so I can trade like 15 times, man.
Okay.
I'm going to get with Short Trader right now because I just moved to Florida. Me and the fam just moved to Florida, so so now I'm down. Now I'm here. I'm settled. I just moved in last week, so I'm about to get settled. Got my little office set up. So I'm going to get on Short Trader, and I'm going to start kicking ass, man, because then I'll be able to really focus and really break out, man. And,
yes,
and
indeed.
Get out
yes,
the
indeed.
PDT rule, man.
So that means you're pretty much doing this full-time now, right?
Yeah, well, see, I run a landscape design company back home. So I'm from Virginia Beach, so I still got a team back there that's doing their thing there. So that's what I fall back on until I can really get this thing off the ground here in about a year or two.
Yes, indeed.
My stock shit. So
That's
so everything's good, man. But yeah, that's what I do, man. And dip buys too. Dip buys that's where I really got in on that because a lot of guys like to fall back to support and all that bullshit. That's cool, it works. But if you let that thing crack, if it drops down to I've seen them sometimes get down to 20, 10 on the RSI, and when it bounces back up, you don't need to go back up to 70. Normally it's not. It might go up to 30 or 40, but you got to look at the previous highs of the RSI.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's going to go right back to the previous high. So let's say the previous high RSI was at 40, and in the morning it sold off in the morning and it went down to let's say it went down to 10. So when it bounces off of that 10, I'm in at 10. I'm in at 10 on the RSI, and I'm riding that thing up to 30, 40, and I get out. There's $300 or $400 right there, and I'm gone. I'm done. I don't hold and hope. I just get in and get out, and that's what I do.
Now, Stock God, the thing that's now listening to your strategy, I love the fact that how it allows for you really don't need to study. I mean, you don't need to really come out with any list. You can just literally wake up at 9 o'clock, right? I mean, you can literally wake up at 9 o'clock and do this.
Yeah, okay, so this is my trick. So a couple guys in my chat room on Twitter, I got a chat room on Twitter, man. I swear, we're in there 24 hours a day. Someone's in there talking about stocks, man. So, shout out to Tyson, Lauren, Kay. I got so many people in there, man, that we just all get it in, man. So, but yeah, you're right. What I do, I wait till 8 o'clock, 8:30. I look at the pre-market shit. I put together 15 or 20 different plays that are strong catalyst plays. I don't even look at news. I don't have to. I just like to look at a lot of pre-market movement. If there's a lot of pre-market movement, I love that shit. That's all I need. That's all I fucking need. And then right now, it's a lot of sell-offs. So everyone's selling their position. They sell. As soon as the market opens, it pretty much crashes. And then I like to dip buy that shit, man. That's all I fucking do. But people ask me all the time, well, how do you do that I do that from my iPhone, bro. Everything I trade from my iPhone 100%. And they're like, well, how the fuck you do that? You're lying. Dude, so I use TOS, Thinkorswim.
Okay.
They have a thing called Spark Chart, where it shows the price action like in a chart form. So I can look at all the fucking plays right there, and if it looks like something I like to look at, a certain pattern, I click on it, see what's going on, my RSI, my value, and I make my move, man. I'm done. That's it. So that's what I do, man, and it works, man. I love the RSI strategy. It helps me know when to buy, when to sell, and not have to just hold and hope, and I used to get burned with that shit all the time, man.
Yeah.
That shit is stupid. The RSI will tell you because it tells you previously, and it always works. Don't try to, in my opinion, don't fight it. If you're getting close to that previous RSI high level, and each chart is different. Each chart has its own characteristics. So one chart high may be at 70. It might ride 70 well. It might ride over 70 well. And in some charts they don't. They get into 70 and spike right back down. So you need to look at the last day or so of the RSI just to kind of get an idea of how that chart acts with the RSI levels being low and high. And that's what I do.
Wow, man.
It's real basic. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing it's not
that's where it's not rocket science. It's not but so I'm looking at it. So basically what you're doing is you're not getting yourself into the run up per se in the morning. You're kind of letting it do its thing. You're running it up, right? So you're looking for the bounce, the pullback, trying to get yourself into the pullback for that second or third attempt at a run.
That's it. I will kill a flag pattern. I'll kill a flag pattern in a heartbeat. I'll get in that 1 minute chart and when it spikes up, brother, and it starts to channel or it starts to wedge or flag. and it starts. And then you look at the RSI, it's cooling off. When it gets into that, it's cooling off. People are selling their position. They're fighting. They're going up and down, but it's staying at a certain level. If it breaks that new support, I don't fuck with it. If the chart does not, if the pattern does not read the right support, if it breaks support, I don't mess with it. It's broke it's at that point, it's already broke its pattern. It's not going to be a strong breakout. It's just falling apart. So I wait and watch it. Well, that's all I do. And then once it starts to squeeze, it gets closer and closer to the end, and it's starting to turn. The RSI start. I don't even look at level 2. I don't watch that shit. I don't look at level 2.
Wow.
I don't look at. I just look at the RSI. And people think I'm crazy. Like, all right, whatever. I'm making $400 a day. I mean, that's just, and I'm not doing it crazy. I'm not doing, everybody's in that bitch all day, reading charts and playing. I'm done by 10 o'clock. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So, you don't have to be in that shit all day. You got to find the perfect setup. And for me, it's that second entry.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the dip buys right now. I'm talking about when that bitch spikes up, and it's got all that volume behind it, and then it starts to form a pattern because it's selling off. That means the RSI is cooling, and then it's going. And when I say cooling, that means that it's coming down below 70.
And the volume starts to cool as well too.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does. The volume cools off, and then before you know it, the pattern squeezes, and then you see the RSI start to curl back up. So when it cools down, people always say, "Well, that's a dip buy." No, it's not. See, when you got a lot of volume into a play, the RSI is not going to fall way the fuck back down because there's so much volume in there. Yeah. So when it cools off, 70 is the high. 70 is the high. So at the RSI, so the RSI may come down to 60, 65, just a little bit. It might not go way down low to 40 or 30. It may go down to like 60, 65, just underneath the 70. That's all it needs, and then it cools off, and then boom, it's back up again if it breaks out, and then that's when I enter right before it breaks out, and I made me $400 or $500 in less than a minute, and I sell at the previous RSI high level, and I'm done.
Man, that's just it's absolutely beautiful because I'm looking at how you're doing it now. I mean, you're literally watching it run up, cool off, come back down, Oh man, okay, I definitely see how you're doing that. And this is a move that could only take maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes max.
No, I'm
less.
done, dude. I did like today. Today I played 3 plays. I made $721 today in 3 plays, and I did that shit in 11 minutes. I was done. I was done. I posted it's on Twitter. I was up there. I'm done, dude. I don't have to be dicking around all day, man, because like I said, I let it squeeze, and then like I said, you got to make sure it's the right breakout.
Yeah.
Make sure that the pattern is going to form. If it's sloppy looking, don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? It'll tell you. Let the catalyst push the play up. Let the volume spike. Everyone gets mad. Oh, I didn't get it on that spike. I love when that shit spikes because I know there's support behind that. That tells me there's support in that chart. So then the chart forms a pattern, all right, some kind of wedge or some kind of a flag or some kind of channel. And then it starts to squeeze, and the RSI dips down because it's cooling off while it's making that pattern, and then the RSI turns back up, and it breaks out again. And I make a killing doing that shit, man. Every day, that's all I do.
Yeah,
that's it, man. That's all I do. So
zooming in here so people can see it, but it's absolutely
got
beautiful.
Any questions, man? Hit Sal up, hit me up on Twitter. Inbox me. I don't mind showing people. I don't care. I don't have nothing to hide. We all trying to make money, man. So
yes, indeed. And also, here's the thing, Stock God, man. I don't know if you'll ever, create a course or anything one day. I get that question all the time, but just make sure it's affordable that everybody can get it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed, man.
No doubt, man.
We got to share this knowledge. There's no reason hanging on to it. There's more than enough money for everybody out here.
Absolutely,
Yes,
man. I appreciate stumbling across you back in the day, man. I was lost, man. I'm telling you, so I got to give it back, man. That's why I don't mind showing it. I got my little YouTube channel where I'm talking about this shit, man. Is people inbox me like, dude, thank you, and it's kind of weird, because like, shit, it's this surreal, like, damn, these people are really making money. It works, man. It tells you when to get in and get out. And what fucks me up is that these big time traders don't use this shit. I'm like, how the fuck do you not use an RSI like this? Like, how did my crazy ass notice this shit? So it's like, I'm just wanting to tell people how I'm making money. I'm not no teacher, I'm no guru. You know, I ain't shit, man. I just want to show people, look, bro, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm making money, and I can do it every day safely.
Yes.
I don't get burned. You know, so many people hit me up like, man, I got burned because I didn't know where to get out at. The fucking RSI tells you. If you look at the previous, it will tell you, and that's why I don't fight it. I don't argue with RSI. When it gets to that level, it's right when it gets a little higher. I might even get out right before the previous high. Let's say the previous high is on that chart particularly is at 60. Then I'll get out at 55, 60 just to make sure I keep my gains. And I'm out, man. I'm done.
There it is,
Play
man.
safe, lock in those profits, man, and there y'all go, man. You know?
Hey, Stock God, if you can do me a favor, post your YouTube on Twitter so I could copy that link.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and put it in my chat room. And also, I'm about to put his Twitter in my chat room. So
appreciate it, man.
Definitely get with his stuff, man. Thank you. I appreciate you so much, man, for coming on the show.
Nah, thank you, man. And anytime, man. Y'all have a good night. I'll be in there with y'all right now, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Appreciate Stock God for the call, man. I really hope you guys got that good game, man. You know, I really hope you guys got that good game. And what I love about his strategy is that it doesn't even require you to go in as big as he did or as big as he does. You know, he goes in big because, you know, he wants to make a significant amount of capital in a short period of time. But just to try it out, to see if it works, you don't have to go in that big. And now that he's explained it to me, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Okay? And you know, obviously, you're going to have to decide what works best for you. And, you know, that doesn't mean abandon everything else. I'm sure there's some other stocks that he has that, you know, he goes long in, or maybe this is just all he does, period, which I believe this is just all he does. And it's a great way to make money. It's working for him. All right. Test it out. Make sure it works for you. I don't want anybody to email me on Monday after the market closed and say, hey, man, Sal, you had that guy on and I just lost, you know, $5,000 or whatever. I don't want to hear that. Okay. I don't want to hear none of that. You know, make it work at the level you at right now. Try it out. This is the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute chart. This is the 1 minute chart. And what I love about his strategy is just how time freeing it is. You know, his strategy doesn't require any research or work for that matter. You know, but the meat of the move is always in the morning. He made that clear too. The meat of the move is always in the morning. The meat of the move is always in the morning. All right. All right. So everybody's got their strategy. Everybody got, you know, what works for them. You know, everybody got what's working for them. All right. So let me copy. It's just Stock God. The Twitter Stock God with the extra D. Let me put it in here. There. Okay. So that's his Twitter. And then let me get you his link to the channel. This is one of the links to his HTGM video. All right. Yes, indeed, man. This is how we do it. Sharing that information. You know what I'm saying? Not charging motherfuckers $2.99 a month to learn something. You know what I mean? So shout out to Stock God, man. Much respect to this dude, man. Much respect to this dude. Because you guys have no idea how hard it is to get a trader to come on the show sometimes and just say how you make money. You know, you got people who, you know, respond like you're asking for a social security number or something. Like, damn, dude, I just want to help people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help people out. Well, you know, I need a bag before I come on the show. And people want, you know, $1,500, $2,000. I'm like, dude, I'm just going to ask you a couple questions. And again, so grateful to Stock God for coming to the show. And it's on this show permanently. So if you missed anything, obviously this show will be back on After it's loaded and whatnot, you can come back and review it over and over again. You got his Twitter account. You got his YouTube videos. And please subscribe to his channel. And, you can go and continue to look. But that doesn't mean give up on what's been working for you now. That doesn't mean give on, because the last thing you want to be as a trader is one of those people that switches up all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got a new strategy this week and a new strategy that week. That's what's working for him. If it works for you, then you can go ahead and embrace that. If you try, it doesn't work. Okay, boom. It didn't work for me. I gotta do me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure out what else I gotta do. Do not be that person that's switching, because you'll never figure it out if you're switching. You'll never figure it out if you're every other day you got a new strategy every other day. I'm telling you, got to find, one or two things you do and just do them over and over and over again. He just mentioned it. And that's what the best of the best do. They find one or two things and they just do it over and over and over again. They're not reinventing their strategy every week. They're not reinventing their strategy every week. Yeah, everybody press that like button, man. Press that like button. Y'all just got $50,000 worth of game for free. Press that like button right now. We just made somebody in this chat room a millionaire. They don't even know it. Press that like button right now, man. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you got to be comfortable with the way you trade. Absolutely. Consistency, is key, Mike Reynolds. Yeah, 3 hooks definitely, man. Got to give that dude multiple bombs, man. Yes, indeed. All right. And again, as I said, that's a strategy that works for him. All right. So he'll never be in a situation where he gets, 10 baggers or he gets the 5,300% gain or anything like that. But he's making money consistently. Just, I wouldn't call it scalping because he's using quite a bit of capital. But I guess he might say it's scalping, but it's a good scalp. It's not $70, $80. It's, it's several $100s. Somebody talk about Eunice. If you were following us in the Discord room, I got into Eunice yesterday at 25 cents. Got into Eunice at 25 cents. It was all good up until today. It pulled back on me and hit my stop loss at 29 cents, so we had to sell. But Eunice is going through some financial issues right now. I posted up an article in the Discord room explaining their financial situation. Very low on the RSI. They've got assets to sell that can change that. But I figure it could possibly be a buyout situation, or they may go ahead and sell those assets and clear the debt. But we don't know yet. So if you're in Eunice and you're in at 25, which is support for the stock, you can continue to hold and see what happens. And I have no doubt you'll get back to the 30s. But are we going to get to that 40, 45, which is what I was hoping for? I'll definitely be looking to see what Eunice can do next week. Okay. 772 Treasure Hunter, what's up, man?
What's happening, Sam? What's happening? I want to give a shout out to man all these Florida callers, man. I remember back in the day, bro, man, poor little Treasure Hunter, man. I was like the only one called in,
Yeah, a lot of Florida people in the house now. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, right. And another shout out to that one caller from yesterday who quit his job. Saying me, Lord, and you, everybody motivate him to start back doing the stock market full time.
Mm-hmm.
I know he'll do good because he been in with us since video number 1.
Yes.
But yeah, man, I was gonna say my camper plays. What I'm saying? They did. I know Friday they did a little profit taking CEGX and GBSN. But
CEGX, just to explain, pulled back a little bit today, down 5%, but still looking good overall. The strength still looking pretty good here. Are you still in it? Or are you pretty much out for the rest of the day?
Nah, man, hell, no. I'm in it, bro. I'm in it for the long haul. Because I'm saying it's a camper. You never know. Like I said, when you look at your account and it goes up. Like I said, I dropped a little 200 in both of them, and I'm only down I think $21. So shit, I spend more on that on a little scratch offs.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see. Yeah, I'm gonna see what next week brag. So what I did do, man, I took the little boat out and dig up my little trusty shovel, and I found some more treasures, bro. Some marijuana plays, but I got like 15 of them I'm looking at right now. But like I said, I just hopped on the show. I didn't even know what they did today. But I sold out of a lot of my old plays, and I'm waiting for the money to come in the account so I could start sharing some of these guys with you. So I'm going to drop probably another 200, 500 and just see what happens. Because I've been watching them for like last, I just watched it today, 2 days I've been watching them, so I'm going to see what next week bring.
What stocks you got? What other stocks you got for us?
I'm looking at like 10 to 15 right now. Some pretty good marijuana plays about to pop off.
Give me your top 5 that you got right now.
Man, hold on. Let me see what they do, because I don't know. Like I said, I didn't even look at my charts. Oh, another thing too, I want to say, a lot of people use the phone to trade. I didn't tell nobody this, but I use the phone too, bro. I started. I used the phone since day one. But what I didn't tell nobody, I burned through like at least 13 phones doing this shit. But you know what I'm saying, maybe money too. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna burn through a lot of phones. Like when you went through your computer problems, shit, I was getting new phones, man. Just to day trade on.
Damn.
Yeah, for real, man. It's like, you remember, I hate to say this dude's name, James Bond, when he gave you that one little site and you caught that virus on your computer.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was bullshit.
You remember that?
That was bullshit.
Yeah, bro, I had to get a new phone down. I was like, shit, damn, this nigga gave me the virus too. What the fuck? But yeah, I just had to share that with you. But no, man, I'll probably call you in Monday. Let me go through these tonight and see what they do, and I'll feed you these in Monday. Because like I said, I'm going to drop a little something in it, see what happens. Right. I know, the marijuana stuff around the corner.
Yes, indeed, man. Give me a call, man.
Yeah, man. You got it, brother. Thanks, Silas. Keep up the good work, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, Treasure Hunter. Yeah, analyze those stocks and give me a call, man. Let the people know. We're all about sharing information here, man. All about sharing information here. Absolutely free of charge. You know what I'm saying? There's more than enough money out here for everybody. More than enough money out here for everybody. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Master 82? Been a minute. Let me see here. Somebody bringing up ATTBF. ATTBF. Abatis Bioceuticals. Hopefully I'm saying that right. 21 cents a share, up 12% today. Very strong chart since the 4th. So it's had a really good week, man. Had a really, really good week. Definitely a little hot on the RSI, but solid volume throughout the week. You really got a big meat move on the 4th, cooled on the 5th, but, got back to doing some things really, really well here later on in the week here, Wednesday, Thursday, and today, Friday. So not bad. ATBFF or ATTBF. And it looks like they were recently on the 6th added to the marijuana index. And by the way, if you guys don't know anything about that, the marijuana index, just an index that doesn't, is it publicly traded? Is it a publicly traded index in the Canadian exchange, right? ATTBF. All right, marijuana play on the Canadian index. You tell me where CEGX is going to go. You tell me where CEGX is going to I want to know.
Yes.
MCOA. Yeah, MCOA is a stock that I've been hopeful for. I mean, we've watched this. In fact, if Bill Betts in the chat room, I can remember the conversations we had of MCOA at like 2 cents a share. At 2 cents a share, we literally watched this stock go from nothing. Here was another stock that was a double zero candidate that went all the way up to 14, 15 cents. I remember doing the math. It was like 3,000 to 4,000% in a matter of like a week and a half. It was ridiculous. 407, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, how's it going, man?
Doing good.
Brandon King.
Hey, what's up, Brandon?
I'm in CBIS right now.
Okay.
I got in like October, like right before all the election hype and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
Dumbass me didn't get out. So I'm kind of wanting to wait till 420 goes by and see how that works. But I did my first official day trade the other day and got burned because I was just getting antsy and was like, fuck it, I'll just do something.
Mm-hmm.
And want to know what you think about CBIS. The other dude said he got some pot stocks he was paying attention to. Maybe get a little teeny bit of advice or something about that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings up, Treasure Hunter. But man, you rode through the election and what happened in January too. I mean, you must have been up pretty huge, man.
Oh yeah. Oh well, I put $100 down on NDev, which it doubled. I sold half. I bought into CBIS.
Mm-hmm.
NDev kind of cooled off.
Oh
and,
shit!
I rode it through. It went up to a damn $1.40 or it was like $1.20, I think. And dumbass me didn't do anything about it. So I should have just took my profits and walked away. But I'm learning. So I'm in CBIS. I got like 3,300 shares at 7.5 cents a share. So
yeah,
I'm crossing my fingers, hoping the damn thing jumps off at 420. But they're kind of a science company, so they're putting out inhalers and shit, little pot inhalers. So I don't know if that's going to be a medical thing or just a fad,
Yeah, this is a stock that I'm watching, man, and I've been watching for quite a while on CBIS. Where we at right now, 0.0754. This is actually a very important level for this stock, man, and it's hugging it a little bit too close for comfort for me. And if it bounces off of it, I've always said I'd probably go in if it bounces off. But right now we had the sideways day, so it's making up. Buyers and sellers are making up their mind right now in CBIS. But
right.
I would probably, if I were you, if we crack 7, I would probably sell this stock, man. If we even start to really crack 7, I would probably sell this stock because your support underneath that is, let me see here, 0.0666, and you don't even want to. Yeah, you don't even want to make it that far. So Monday, Tuesday are going to be really important days for you. Probably Monday. I think you're going to be able to make that decision as soon as Monday.
Okay.
Because 420, man. If honestly 420 was as big of a runner as we thought, it should have already started. It should have already started. Right. And I'm disappointed. It just never took off. So I think you're probably going to be ended up taking profits as soon as Monday.
Now, do you have like alerts and stuff set up for stuff that you're watching? If it goes up over this, it comes up on some form of account, and you're like, all right, now time to get in.
No, I don't offer any kind of alert service or anything like that. It's something I'll think about. Go ahead.
Do you have it on your account? Yes.
Yes.
I've got a couple of platforms. It's got alerts set.
Yes, absolutely. I have an alert set on my platform. Yeah, if it cracks let me see here, 0.0700, excuse me, which is 7 cents, an alert will be triggered. So
you're paying attention after that.
Oh yeah, I'm paying attention after that, because then you're talking about it cracking that 0.0666, and it's I don't even want to even think about CBIS going that low, because then you're talking about it going as far back down as the 200 moving average, which is now at 4 cents.
Right.
And that'd be terrible. Right. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, when I bought in at 6 and it dipped down to 4. I was like, "Fuck me, man." Yeah. That's how my shit goes. But I'm going to be optimistic about it and probably walk away on it on Monday. And I like the other dude calling up about the RSI, because I haven't had a real true strategy. I've been listening to 10 million videos on YouTube, and I'm on night shift, so I go into work at I'm driving from Orlando to Melbourne, so that's a nice little hour and 15-minute ride. So I'm just listening to you and recapping and absorbing as much damn information as I possibly can while I'm doing nothing, fucking driving. But I wake up first thing in the morning, work till damn midnight, get home by 1:30, bed by fucking 2:30, back up at 9. Fucking let's do it again.
Yes, sir, man. Doing what you got to do, man.
I'm addicted, man.
Doing
I'm
what
addicted.
Doing what you got to do.
I appreciate everything you're doing, man.
Appreciate you for watching, bro. Call back anytime.
Absolutely.
All right, so 407. Appreciate you for watching, man. That's a busy man. That's a busy man. So for him to take out some time to watch me, man, I'm grateful, dude. Really am. Appreciate your contribution there. CBIS. PULM. PULM. PULM, by the way, is let me see here. Let me check that float. Because I remember PULM. If you guys remember, PULM did that run? That was ridiculous, too. This was a NASDAQ play that hadn't did anything for a while. All right? They hadn't did anything for a while, and then it just exploded. If you guys remember, it just exploded like crazy, and I was all over that one. I was just all over the place in PULM when it was doing that. And it was one of the few times that, at the time, I was still using E-Trade, that they actually had shares to short, so you could make money in and out all damn day. And it was so liquid, and spread was tight as hell. Let me see here. What is the float right now on that? I'm curious. On PULM. Let's see here. Yeah, PULM though, it's kind of hard to time this one. It's definitely not one of those kind of hold and hope kind of. Okay, 10 million, yeah, just 10 million. It's kind of one of those hold and hope kind of plays, man. And I'm just, and it's just kind of all over the place. You're really not sure when it's going to really pop. So I just wait till it does it. Just wait till it does it, because it's more of an intraday move. It's like a tops or a dries, without the bullshit. How do you recognize a short setup? A stock that's overextended on little or no news. Or news that's becoming old news. RCHA, I see Alex Montez bringing that up. Yeah, that's the situation I brought up to people's attention yesterday based on some recent developments that are going on in the company. The company recently turned its face into the marijuana sector. They went out and hired a guy who has a tremendous experience in publicly traded marijuana, companies. They brought him onto the board. You can do your research on that, RCHA. So that's kind of one of those lottery ticket type plays, because we don't want to miss, our version of AMLH. AMLH was very much one of those stocks that, a couple of weeks ago looked very much like RCH. 0001 wasn't doing anything. Look at this stock. This stock wasn't doing anything. All right. But then you got to follow the news, right? Follow the news, see what the company's doing. And when I went back today on the history of AMLH, you kind of started showing as recently as January, as far back as January, the company was updating, explaining what their new strategy was for 2017, 2018. So, now after looking at what AMLH has done over the last week and a half, you start to say, okay, wow, you could have seen this coming if you really paid a closer attention to what the company was saying. If you were actually reading the news, you could have predicted what's going on right now in AMLH. You would have seen this run coming. So it's something that I'd like to share with you guys, to pay a little bit more attention to these stocks that people think are down and out. Are they still releasing news? Are they current? Are they, they don't have to have crazy volume. The stock had no volume, practically nothing. I mean, they had a couple people here and there, but there was nothing going on here. So if you're the individual who's looking for a buy and hold, who cares if a ton of people are in and out the stock per day? You know that the company's developing into something, and that's all you need to know. 704.
Oh,
You're on the
hey,
air. What's up?
It's Astrid.
Hey, what's up, Astrid?
I have a question about the RSI and the video that Stock God was talking about. I don't quite understand, and maybe because I'm just more visual and more hands-on. So, okay, so if I want to look at a ticker and look for the RSI, I just go to Yahoo Finance and pull up the chart. Where am I getting the chart from?
Yeah, so you would go to, I mean, you can use TradingView, you can use stockcharts.com. Sure, you can use a website like that. You would put in a ticker, and the RSI, the RSI is typically it's under indicator. If it doesn't already show up on the screen, it'll be under the indicators, and it may not just say RSI. It'll probably say Relative Strength Index, and that's the full name of the indicator.
Oh, okay. So I just went to TradingView, so I need to sign up for one of these charts.
Well, yeah. Let me see here. Let me. It's probably something that you wouldn't have to sign up for. Let's say.
TradingView says I need to sign up.
Yeah. Let me just go to stockcharts.com. Okay. So stockcharts.com. Let's take a random stock. Let's say Google. Let me just put in Google, GOL. All right. And
GOGL.
Let me see. Does it give relative strength index? I see here it already puts in the MACD. Okay.
Which tool did you look for? Oh, you just put in anything.
Yeah, I just put in anything because I just want to know how to.
Okay, so I just put in Amazon. Okay, so I see this chart. So I would plug that in, and I'm looking. And then I would have to re-listen to this video again and then just do what he says in terms of looking at the RSI.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Astrid, he's doing it live. He's doing it live on the 1 minute chart. So what he's doing, it's completely live on the 1 minute chart. And so he's not using prior history or anything. He's actively trading the chart on the 1 minute chart using RSI.
Oh, okay, yeah, and I can't do that right now.
Okay.
Because I'm at work.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's actively trading it using the platform on his cell phone, TD Ameritrade, and looking at the chart, being able to see that the stock did the run, it's cooling, the RSI is cooling from that intraday high on the RSI, which is early in the morning that he gets it set, and it starts to cool. Okay. He takes a position as the RSI squeezes. And in order to get a piece of that huge secondary run up.
Okay, I just pulled up Amazon's chart. So the RSI, what line is that?
Okay, so on a stock like that on stockcharts.com, if you go all the way at the bottom, if you scroll all the way at the bottom, you'll see a list where it says indicators.
Okay, I'm there.
And then the first indicator says RSI. You see that?
Yeah.
Now where it says position. Right now it's set to above. Go ahead and change that to below.
Okay. Did that.
And then if you go back up to the chart, you'll notice that that second line at the bottom, it'll say RSI, and you'll see like a little squiggly.
Oh, wait, do I have to hit update? I have to hit update, right?
Yes, go ahead and update that.
Okay. Okay, a second line that's blue?
No. Second line below the chart. You'll see something that says RSI.
Oh, my bad. Second line below the chart.
Yeah, below the chart. It's exactly below the chart. It'll say RSI.
I see it. Yeah. Okay. Dang, I need glasses. Okay, RSI in parentheses it says 14. Okay.
Which is that's the average. So the RSI line is typically set to a 14-day a setting. So that's the setting that it is. Don't change that. It works perfectly fine. And then that line represents the relative strength index of the stock as it's going up and down throughout whatever time frame you're looking at.
Okay, so where it says 68.04. That's what I'm looking at.
So yes. Now what time frame are you in? Are you in a daily, hourly?
It says Amazon, it says daily.
Okay. All right. So
894.88.
All right. So so Amazon over the course of 1 day is so anything above 70 is considered very bullish. So at 80, it's quite bullish right now. In fact, if I go to my screen, let's look at Amazon, and I got a lot of lines because I used to look at this one a lot. Let me remove that. And yes, so Amazon is quite bullish right now on the RSI. So it's doing really, really well right now. As you can see, the stock is going higher.
Okay, and you said it's at 80?
Well, let me see here. No, right now on mine it's showing 68.03.
Okay, so I see 68.04. So that's
Okay.
the number that I would have to look at.
Well, on this particular stock, not necessarily on what Stock God is talking about, but yes, that number, that RSI number, yes, that is the number you would pay attention to as you intraday trade that stock. Yes.
Okay, yes, because I'm not doing anything live, and on my phone and all that right now. But if I can understand this and learn this, that's a start, because I keep hearing, RSI and things like that. So I know where to get the chart from, stockcharts.com. Click on what you said. So now I can put in different tickers and just kind of play around and look at different things to familiarize myself.
Yes, you can definitely get to learn it that way, as learning how to use RSI that way as well. But just remember, Stock God is using it intraday. He's using it during the day as the RSI is moving under an extreme catalyst, whether it be news or something that's really got the volume up as well.
Got it. Okay. This is a huge help. Yeah, I didn't understand what he was talking about, but thanks for walking through this with me. And I just want to say to all the newbies out there, rookies, like myself, call in with questions. Sal and the group are awesome. And when you have questions, that's really the only way you're going to learn. You can sit there and listen to the show and things like that, but, I'm not afraid to ask questions. You have to be willing to, just call in and ask your questions. Sal will answer them, we'll answer them. So that's a tip I have for all the newbies out there. But thank you so much, Sal.
Appreciate
RSI,
it.
next step.
Thank you, Astrid. So shout out to Astrid for the call. But yeah, I mean, obviously the best man to talk about his strategy is Stock God. So you guys got his contact information. Hit him up with an email or a message on Twitter or his YouTube. Leave comments. So, yeah, but I do know he's using the RSI, intraday. So, in the 1 minute time frame, intraday in the 1 minute time frame. It's very, very important for y'all to know that. 843, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, this is Troy.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, what's up, Troy?
Oh yeah, I was just calling about that the guy that was on Stock Guy. He was I was trading Bank of America for the past few days, and I noticed the same thing on I use the platform TD Ameritrade platform, and I'll look at the volume and notice that if you're looking at the bid size and the ask size, and I'll look at it in the morning time, and then I'll notice, like, my strategy is, well, I won't say my strategy, but what I do, I'll look at the daily, and then I'll get a direction on where it's going, like the overall direction.
Sure.
And then I'll go on a minute chart, and then I'll watch it. And then you can actually see the stock shoot up. But if you got an overall view of where it's going, then it's going to be heading. Like, I had an overall view of I know it's going to be going down today. So I'm looking for it to spike up, to short it. Or if I see that, if I got an overall, like, I think it's going to go up today, then I'll look at the last, like, wait till it get all the way down. Like, he can look at the RSI, you can look at the RSI, but you don't know how far it can go down, like, on that RSI. Like, you can actually go down and it's low, but they can actually go below the low, like low to where you can't even see it no more.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, once you read the candles, like you can actually see where the last candle where it gets exalted, and then you see that like hammer, and then you know that it's, and then sometimes, and then you got to also be careful of the fake outs that it does too.
Yeah.
But once you get that but you don't go in fully, you just go in and test it. You throw a few shares out there, and then if it goes down further, another thing I have is my support levels. Like I'll be like, okay, it's going to be breaking this support level. If it breaks that one, I'll say, okay, I'm gonna set up for the next one. I'll be waiting for the next one, and then as soon as you see hesitation at the support levels, the one that is at, then you know, okay, then you jump in there real quick, and then you start riding it up until it gets it starts leveling off or whatever, or see you struggling, and then that's when you sell. And it's like a quick. I only been doing this for a few days with Bank of America, but I noticed that it goes up and down in both directions. Like you can make money in both directions.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta wait on the your opportunity. Like if you're gonna be shorting it, you wait on the opportunity to short it. If you're gonna be going long, you wait till it hit to where it's not gonna hit. You wait till it gets to the bottom.
Now,
you look at that.
So I'm curious. Are you like day trading options or because Bank of America is because it's a $23 stock. So I'm guessing you're going in pretty big in order to really make some profit on Bank of America intraday. I mean, obviously you got the liquidity. You're going to have the liquidity, and it's got some volatility too. I mean, between 23 going up anywhere between 30 to 35 cents a day looks like.
Yeah.
So you got to be going in this with some big money, to really move on this one.
Yeah. With at least I use margin though. I use margin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have I can't trade every day. I don't have that kind of money, but I use the margin, and I'm kind of sure, knowing what candle to pay attention to when I'm looking for a buy opportunity to get in, and you can look at the RSI and when it's at its lowest point, and you're looking at the candle that's setting up for it to reverse to go back up. If you ain't going long, you can actually catch about 15-20 cents. But like you said, you got I go heavy. I use all the margin. I use everything, and then I just get out right then and there. Then I'm done. If it's like $100 or if it's $50, then I'm done. And then you just made you made your quick buck, and then you start the next day, the same thing. Like that guy was saying, like I was just like, wow, he's doing the exact same thing. It's like you can actually, and another thing that I noticed, like on the Thinkorswim platform, it's like an auto trade thing that they have, and you can actually see the volume. You can actually see the volume pop in and pop out on both sides. And I look at the side, like if it's on the sell side, I look at the side where it has the biggest number. So if it's on the sell side, because they both have big numbers, like big share volume numbers that pop in there. But I noticed that on the if it's got like basically whichever one has the strongest hand, and I'm looking at the biggest number, and that's what I noticed. I peeped that, and I noticed that. I was like, wow, the shorts is actually going to be winning. It's actually got the strongest hand in a sense. And so that's when I started noticing that. I said, oh, it's going down. And the way I look at it in my head was like they're playing, they're playing with people in a sense, like, and it's just my own psychology, but it's like they're playing with people, and that's like, they just allowing the stock to get up a little bit, but they're going to knock it right back down. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So all this time I'm just like watching it go up, but I already know it's going down. It's like I just know it's going up because that big number I pop up and bring the stock back down just like that.
Yeah.
But that's only with Bank of America though. That's the only thing I noticed with.
Yeah, I mean, you and Stock God, he has a different kind of strategy because he's using the more volatile NASDAQ stocks, low float stocks. But I can see how you have a similar strategy, but you're using these NYSE higher venue NASDAQ plays don't have as much volatility, but that RSI strategy works as well. Just as you mentioned, you're looking at, if they're hot and they come back down. So I see how it would work intraday here. I'm looking at the 1 minute chart on Bank of America. And again, very expensive stock. So either like you're using, you can use all your margin going really heavy, because that's how you probably have to work it on Bank of America, or you could use options.
Yeah.
You would just have to make sure you have a broker that moves quick. But yeah,
that's the only thing. I don't know anything about options. That's the only thing I'm not familiar with options.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole different level. That's a whole different thing. But the idea of timing your RSI for oversold and overbought to oversold, that idea is really interesting. Really interesting. Or overbought to oversold. Nice play. Nice play.
Because it can look overbought, but it can still be dropping like 20 cents. Like I didn't got in and thinking that the RSI that is way down, and then all of a sudden it keeps going down.
Yeah.
Because I'm not paying attention to the candlestick. The last candlestick is going to show you. If it's on the if you're looking at the red, the green, like a long candlestick, it has a long wick at the bottom, and it's almost, I guess, like a hammer. But if it's got a long wick and it shoots up fast, and then the next candle is green, that's like a go move. It's like you jump in.
Now, what time frame are you using? Are you using to do that? Because on a 1 minute chart, you're getting a ton of candlesticks. So what chart? I mean, what time frame are you using?
I use two time frames: the 1 minute chart and the 5 minute chart. The 5 minute chart is what the majority of people is using, or this is looking at, and it's like but the 1 minute chart, you use it for your entry, to get in the quick entry or quick exit. It's like the first thing is going to be forming in the 1 minute chart. But on your 5 minute chart, if you want to ride it longer and you want to see, then you go to your 5 minute chart to see if you got more room to play with, and you be like, okay, I'm gonna stay in there a little longer.
Okay.
And, because that's what I'm looking at. Like I'm looking at like I got my support lines drawn, and I'm noticing, okay, it's shooting up, depending on which way I'm playing it. But I noticed that it's hitting one support line. But if it's kind of going sideways, like you can actually see it struggling to get past the support, or see it, or if it's at a resistance. But if it's at its support, you can actually see when it shoots something, like, oh, it's some buying about to start.
Yeah.
It's some buying about to come in. So it's like, that's how I look at it. It's like I get kind of, I just sit here and I just watch it all day, just watching charts all day long, and I just notice certain things happening it's like if you're not there watching it 24/7, you can actually miss it. But if you can actually see the change happen when you just got your eye on it 24/7 though.
I agree.
I just wanted to add that though.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the call.
All right,
appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, man. Call back anytime. 843. Call back anytime, sir. I when it comes to shorting expensive stocks, unless you got it like that. And typically at that level, we're talking $250,000 liquid to play with in a trade. Then you're talking using options, prefer puts, of course. And puts, man, they can make you a ton of cash. If you know how to do it right on some of these stocks, that lose 2 or 3% in a day, and you can time it well. You can make a killing playing options again. But there's a lot of money to make. There's a lot of ways to make a lot of different kinds of cash for yourself. So many ways, so many strategies, man. But that's why I love this. That's why you gotta love it. 347. You're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, good night. What's up? It's Jamal Lewis.
Hey, Jamal, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? I was just calling in at everybody giving their strategies, and I've been primarily focusing on the 000 stocks for about, I got to say, 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting to analyze it and just give everybody in the on the show my strategy. Because I kind of focused in on one stock. This was last week, and I was like, all right, I think I got an idea how this worked. And this week I had 3 huge plays. And the one last week was Fern, FERN.
Okay.
And what I've been noticing, especially with these stocks, the spread is wild. Like, so this spread was from on last week Monday was around 0.0007 and 0.0012. So I just got in at 0.0012, and the reason I got in was that what I do is I search the OTC advancing closing market section of OTC.com, and I'm looking to find out where the smart money is at. And I come across stocks and tickers that have 8 million to 40 million share volume and about 20 plus trades back and forth.
Okay.
After finding out these tickers, I kind of like try to see if they're current, if they got stop signs, skull and bones, whatever. Trying to find out what arena they play in, whether it's coal, gold, or marijuana. And after that, I start to see, like, figure out what the float is. So when I saw Fern, and I saw that it had, basically, I checked the Bollinger Bands after that, after finding out what the stocks are about. Fundamentally, I go to technical side with the Bollinger Bands. I start to see if these stocks are hovering above the middle line, getting ready to touch the higher band. And with Fern, I saw the week before that it had closed, touching in between the higher band, and then it dropped down that Monday. And I was like, this is interesting because it only had about like 390,000 shares, and it touched the band. So I was like, I'm going to get in, and if this strategy works, this should be good. So nonetheless, it rode the middle band the whole way up. It had a red day. I was like, it didn't drop below the middle band, so I'm like, I'm going to keep it.
Yeah.
And I got out on Wednesday at 0.0048, and I knew that wasn't basically it wasn't the official red day. It turned out yesterday was the official red day, where it just topped out at 50 something.
Yeah.
But that's basically what I've been seeing now. Just to show you that the strategy that I found out kind of works. So, on that Sunday, I should say, last week Sunday, I looked at LOGL. And I've been meaning to call all week. I've just been busy all week. I missed all the shows. But LOGL formed the same way. The spread was crazy. Monday morning, it opened up at 0.008, dropped down to 0.003, and got right back up to 0.008. From there, it took off.
Yeah.
And I held that until Wednesday and got out. The other stock I wanted to talk about was one that took off like a rocket on Wednesday, and that was because of a merger. That was DRWN. Now, this is a weird stock, and the only way I found this stock was from the Investors Hub. And what I did was I've been trying to find a way to find out where these stocks are spiking from. Like
I was just about to ask you that, because you explained a little bit of how you find them. You're looking for unusual buys and whatnot. I mean, that's pretty much it. No other.
No, well, unusual buys in terms of like, so Fern was at. This is the one was basically the test case study. Fern was the day before was basically at 390 shares, 390,000 shares, and it touched the red band, and that was a signal to me that says, well, that's weird, with that little shares, what's going on? And then I saw the spread. The spread was wild. So for someone to purchase it at that point where it was at, that means that there was a lot of interest, because then it dropped back down to, I guess, 0.007, and then when my purchase, it jumped up to 0.12, and then the next day it took off from there. So that was like, okay, maybe I'm onto something. But then with DRWN, the thing with that is I started putting in Google alerts to find out certain stocks, like one of the stocks that exploded that pissed me off that I didn't get involved with, AMLH. And I was like, what made that just blow up so randomly? And what I've been finding is these keywords, initial drilling, refinery building, notice of allowance, encouraging result phases, current information, convertible debt retired, and then the big one, completed announced merger. So what I do is I go through every morning from around 7 to 9. I go and I check out Investors Hub, recent news. I type in these keywords into the find on the page, and merger came up on, what was that? What did I say? DRWN. So I was like, okay, so if this goes the way it should go, this should be a huge acceleration.
Right.
And it did. It got past the triple. The double. It started at 001, got to 002 really quick. And I was like, if it breaks 003, I'm in. So I got in at 004. Now, when these stocks start to rise, there's a huge resistance at 007. For whatever reason, there's a huge resistance that's like a wall that these 000 stocks, when they start off at 0001, can't break. They either break it and get to 00012, which is another resistant mark, and that's it. So what happens is it fought through 0007. It stuck there for a while, for about 3 minutes, broke through, got to the 012 mark, and then once it broke that, I've noticed that they can't go any higher than they don't get to 0030 on that first breakout or that day. So it's up to you to take profits in between 0020 and 0025 around there. In between that mark, I got out at 0023.
And we're still talking about MMEX?
No, we're talking about Drowned or DRWN.
Okay, DRWN. Okay.
And that was the ones they played. I remember you saying, because I watch a lot of your shows in the rebroadcast, and even when you were doing, the little videos, you were like, don't, day trade these penny stocks. And I was like, I'm gonna have to break sales rule here because I don't think it get any higher than this.
Well, I want to show people as soon as we get off the call why sometimes holding for, sometimes as little as one night can really make or break your account. I'll show somebody else's results in just a bit, but that's interesting. So you got a strategy where you're basically day trading penny stocks.
Yeah, I try not to. What I do is, unless they break out like this, I like to hold them for the next day, but just to see them rise. But with DRWN, when that broke out so clearly past the two resistant marks that I placed, which is 007 and 0012, I know that it can't get any higher than 0030. So I'm like, I'm getting out of here in the mid 20s. I'm taking profits there, and this happened within probably 2 hours. So by 11:30, this was done. It was all over Twitter, and I was like, and this was just basically a news breakout that it was emerging with something. The next stock that I saw this strategy worked with, which was the last stock, was AVEW, AVEW. And this is
EW. Okay, here's another one. Yep, this was another 000 to this was really quick. And he had a really good day today, longer candlestick, so I'm thinking it might be up, but very good run in this stock too in the last I want to say 2 weeks in this one.
I'm still in this one, and this one is the same way I found Fern. It kind of confirmed the strategy for me, where I saw that it was above. I'm looking at the day chart, so it was above the middle Bollinger Band. A little spike around 13 million shares, and I was like, all right, let's see how it does the next day. 13 million shares plus again, and it rose up 13 points from 0020 to 0034, at a high that day, and I got in at 0027 the next day, and on Tuesday I should say, and I'm still in it. Mm-hmm. Even though I said I was like, dang, I should take profits if this touches 90, 0090. I did, but let's see how he does on next Monday. And
wow.
that's basically it. And it's kind of like, I don't know if it works for everybody, but I think this is a solid strategy to go into the OTC markets. Market activities, closing summary. I'm walking through it here. Go to advancers, go to all, show, see more. And basically what you're looking for is the share volume. I did the one that I'm looking at right now that I've taken down is EVRM.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stock that I'm looking at going forward. VTPI. And what's the other one? INOH. INOH is the one I think that has the most potential. But those are the three ones I'm looking at.
Okay. And all of these stocks are in compliance with filings, or they're different?
No. It's hard to come across the ones where they're in compliance. A lot of these guys got stop signs.
Yes.
That's why I just,
And that's not a problem. I mean, sometimes it is what it is. I mean, you got to make your money and keep it moving. But yeah, sometimes they do have stop signs. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And, the way I usually play, these are just complete breakouts. But, I've playing a lot of these 000 stocks lately. I like to get in as low as possible. 003, 002, those are like my key sweet spots on these stocks. And I'm just trying to get to 005, 006. That's basically it, because I got this. These things don't seem to break through at 007.
And I'm curious, like, how much are you using on the obviously, for these stocks you can't go in, $5,000 at but
no.
How much are you?
$300.
$300? Okay.
$300 at 003, 002. So that's probably about like a million shares, 1.5 million at 002.
And that's not a scary amount on the level 2, so it doesn't scare anybody out of the trade. And also it's a healthy profit. I mean, if you get in 0002, get out 0008, I mean, that's a nice little, profit there, almost $1,000.
Yeah.
So nice healthy return there.
Yeah, that's basically because I don't play to go that high, so I'll take the $300 or whatever I get out of these stocks, the 400 or whatever, and I'll keep it moving. I'm just trying to. This is a great way if you have a low capital and you got 300, even 200 to put in on a stock, because like you said, they're whales that are buying these guys up at like $5 million a pop, and they get out probably 2 points after. So if I get in at 002 at 1.5 million, and somebody gets in at 5 million shares, they're out at 004, which kind of messes up the stock. It drops it back down to 003, but then it builds right back up. And the only thing about this is that I have to set alerts to find out where the stock's at in terms of, if it's dipping below where I bought it, because then, or if it finally touched 004 again and it's about to sell off all the fours. But then I'm like, I'm very these are very shaky stocks, and they once they hit like a level, they could fall right back down. It basically these are like house of cards. If you're just trading them on a whim.
Now what's your minimum volume that you like to see in the stock?
Plus 90 million. So, and that's when they're running.
Okay, that's when they're running. So when they're not running, though, you don't really care. You just want to see it above what is that? Like for the first day, you mentioned that you just kind of want to see it above the 20-day moving average.
Exactly, the middle line, and it could be as low as 8 million shares.
Okay.
as high as, like 13 million shares.
Sure.
When I check the technicals and it's around there, it piques my interest, and I'm like, okay, so let me find out what's going on with the stock. Is it gold? Is it a marijuana play? Like a stock like that 3 weeks ago that I was in, that's probably going to make a move now, is APRU, which I got in at 007. It went up to 0019, but I got out around 0016, I believe. I just made my profit and got out because in my head, these things can't rise any higher, even though they are marijuana plays. They have the stop sign. So that's what scares me off from holding them even longer.
Sure.
So these are like 2-day, possibly 3-day plays. If I find myself holding this thing for more than 5 days, I'm looking to get rid of it. That type, because you kind of put in enough shares that if it even goes 1 or 2 points, you're making $200 on it, and now you can get out. It doesn't really burn you.
Absolutely. All right, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man.
No worries.
All right. So shout out to Jamal Lewis for letting us know, man. He's finding these triples, these 0002s, 0003s, as they're running, crossing a 20-day moving average line. Crossing, and he pointed out right here, if you saw INOH, he saw this. You would have seen it back in March, actually, and you would have had slightly a bit of a wait, but I mean, you got to 0005, which is where the stock is today. In fact, it touched it a lot earlier. I'm seeing here, this is March 14th. It actually got to that level on the 22nd. So only about 7 days later, you were in and out with a 100% gain. In fact, if you're really good, you actually got in at 0001 where it took off, and it could have sold it as high as 0006. But for the most part, you don't always get the very top of the sell. But even if you would have got 0005, if you would have got 0005 back then, that still would have been a 500% return on a $300 investment, which isn't bad. To walk away with $1,500 for something that cost you $300, and 7 days later. Okay. I want to see if I can show. Let me see here. Can I show this? I want to see if this is going to work. And because as you can see, I'm trying to show this PDF thing. And one moment, guys. Let me pull it up real quick. Where is it at? Let me see here. State. There it goes. There it goes. Let me see here. All right. Can I screen capture this? All right. So this is just a view of everybody in here can get this list, by the way. Everybody can get in here. It's not a, Sal keeps it to himself or anything like that. Anybody can get this list. And all I'm doing is simply using the OTCmarkets.com scanner. All right. So if you go to OTCmarkets.com and you go to their stock screener, you submit the criteria of the stocks you're looking for. I preferably like to look at a lot of OTC pinks. It doesn't matter whether or not they're current. Some of them are not current. But you go to the website. On the screener now, you can download in an Excel format. You can download the data. And all the data in your screen will download to an Excel file. And you can pull it up and you can do nightly screens. This is where, I've been able to make, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 off, it's sometimes it'd be embarrassing to tell you how little sometimes I put into some of these stocks, $150, $200, $300, because you're able to identify, stocks that are either moving or stocks that just recently became current. or but it is tedious. But I'm not going to lie to you. It's not easy. It's a little bit tedious. But again, this list is available to you. You can just go to OTC Markets, go to the screener, and these are all the 0001s trading right now. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, some 0002s. I'm giving you guys a lot of promoter secrets right now. I really shouldn't be giving you guys some of this stuff, because some of this shit is like, oh my God, you're telling people all the secrets on the show. And okay, I mean, if you let people know the truth, they're still gonna spend money with you. So it don't matter. I mean, just tell them the truth. Anyway, let me not go on a rant. So all the way from 0001, 0002s, and going up to the 002s. And again, look, I'm not going to say this is easy, because it's a bit of a hard work. It's a little bit of hard work. To find, you got to make sure, do a little bit of check. And it's 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You pull up a chart, 2 minutes. You can tell if it's moving or not. But what Jamal Lewis just got off the air, he basically gave you a lot of what I do. I didn't want to say anything, but he literally gave you a lot about what I do. Finding stocks that are moving. I like stocks that are crossing the 200 moving average. That's why I have that as well. And I also like stocks that are moving over what he called the middle line, which is the 20-day moving average. So over the last, they're showing that there's, very bullish short-term sentiment in the stock for an OTC. All right. So intraday, you like the 4 and 8. But for a short-term move on the OTC, a 20-day moving average, sometimes even going as low as 10, could be able to capture that news too. All right. And again, this is a list you can draw up easily on OTC Markets. All right. And right now, I'm looking at least, I think, maybe 700 or 600 stocks that hit my criteria. All right. So you guys got that info. All right. Yeah, Joseph. What's going on, Joseph? You got Joseph from Investors Hangout in the building. Yeah, man. I people know that once in a while I pump stocks and shit, but people still trade them. As long as you make people money, they'll fuck with you. As long as you make people some money, they're going to fuck with you. Now, if you ain't making anybody any money, no matter how, nice you are, then, it doesn't matter. Eventually the money dries up. 347, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, Jabon, one more time.
Hey, what's up, man?
Because I wanted to talk about the screener that you just brought up, the OTC market screener, which is an amazing tool to find these stocks. And what I like to do, I don't know if you do the same, but what I like to do is I go for, when I'm checking for these 000s, I go to the markets. You could actually select if you want OTC QB, to select the pinks and, what pinks you want, current, limited, no information. I click OTC QB and pink.
Okay.
And then I go down and I scroll over into the price. I want it at 0 to 8, right? And then I do a minimum of what I told you before, which is 8 million, all the way up to whatever, And then I go picking industries. And the industries that we know that are popping are oil, gold, petroleum, silver ores, all that stuff. Sure. And then I just, it's like you were saying, it's tedious work, because what I do is I go through every stock the same way I just explained it. And, that could take up an entire Sunday. But I mean, if the bread is coming in like that, why not? You just basically paid yourself. So that's basically, and you're right, you could click it and it comes out in an Excel file or whatever, Acrobat, and then you have it for yourself.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to share that with everyone.
Yeah, this is how, as a promoter, you find potential clients, is that you go through this list, and you find stocks that haven't moved recently, have, declined significantly in volume, and you hit up, the CEOs and say, hey, my name is so-and-so. This is what I can do for you. I have, 20,000 on Twitter, 5,000 on there. I got an email list with 25,000. This is what I can do for you. This is how much I cost. And then all of a sudden, you being an investor or trader, rather, you get this email saying, hey, this is running, but this is how he found that stock to sell to you. So it's a really great list that if you're a trader, you can be able to identify promoters taking small positions ahead of time, or just being able to find, like you said, stocks that are moving over, a 20 to a 50-day moving average.
Right. And one last thing, the gold standard market I'm finding is the OTC QB market, which is, I guess, like the middle market or whatever in between the pink and the QX.
Mm-hmm.
But you start finding, those morning stars, 3+ with like some 000 stocks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are like those. That's like finding a homeless man and he turns out to be a millionaire. Those are the ones that can take you on a $300 investment up to $5,000.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, what the hell just happened? Yeah, man, great show. Thanks. I learned a lot from you, and keep up the great work.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the call, man. All right. So shout out to Jamal Lewis. Appreciate the call. Call back anytime as usual. All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Good call. Good call. All right. So we gave out a lot of good game. Got to give a lot of good game today, man. A lot of good game today. So again, I'm so grateful to Stock Guy for coming in, showing the show some love. Yeah, there's Joe from Investors Hangout. Definitely use that website. If you use that website, you would have saw MMEX run. Because it seemed like when I looked at some of those boards over there, they were kind of talking about it almost a week and a half before it really popped off on MMEX. Oh yeah, I'm creeping all throughout Investors Hangout. I don't post, but I'm creeping. I'm creeping because I don't want to come off like I'm pumping in there. But those guys know what they're talking about. Yes, definitely low float. Parker Mills, are you talking about Stock God strategy? Yeah, low float is number one way I would see his strategy works. I think he would even agree with me on that. Yes, absolutely. Low float, low float, low float. But again, when I was talking about his strategy before, I just love the fact that it's a research-free strategy, because you can literally just wake up and just do a scan for the news, scan who's hot pre-market, create a little list for yourself, and that's it. Yeah, Joseph, you're absolutely right, man. Yeah, I mean, some of these pennies that I look at, and some of them I bring off the show, I get them from Investors Hangout, because somebody, I'll see somebody like Sheep Wolf or, some of the other guys in there start mentioning a stock or two that isn't doing anything. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a position in that one because that guy's talking about it. So I know he's in it. BITCF, 37%. We had a gentleman call about BICTCF yesterday, if you remember. He called about it yesterday. And the stock is still continuing to enjoy solid gains here. Continuing to enjoy solid gains here. Look at that, man. It's like a jet, man. It's really taking off here. Look at that. That's a big-ass candlestick for today, man. That's a huge candlestick. And I want to show this guy, 17 years old, man. And I love it when I see the young people making killings like this. This guy's 17 years old. And today he traded, I think this was yesterday. He went hard. He went heavy into this. He traded ELED. I think he's one of Tim Sykes' guys. And for most of them, they don't even trade these kind of tickers like that anymore, for the most part. But he went hard in ELED, and that was his gain. That had to be a 2-night. That was a 2-night gain. It looks like, because you can see the total gain is up more 1,000. So he was up 1,000 from the previous day, and then over that day's gain, he gained another 3,000 in the stock. So he went in pretty heavy. Held overnight. Look at that. Look at his cash. $42 on the cash. So he went heavy. I mean, that's what a promoter account looks like. That's what a promoter's account looks like. No, you don't have a goddamn thing left, because you know you about to knock this shit out the park. You about to kill that shit. And he did that. And sure enough, now he increased his market value to almost 10 grand. All right, almost 10 grand. So started with maybe 6 or 5 or something like that. Who knows? Not bad, not bad. Not bad for him. Yeah, that's motivation, man. That's all. It's all motivation. Everybody screenshot, you know. Some screenshots, you know, some people like, you know, just trying to. But at the end of the day, it should be, you know, some motivation, especially from individuals who don't always win, but then win. You know, they let them relish in their victory. You know, but when I see guys putting up like, oh, look at my $30,000 gain. I'm like, okay, let me see the trade. And okay, yeah, you got $30,000, but you put up $110,000 on the trade though, dude. That's not real to some people out here right now in the position they're in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ty, you're doing real good. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. That's why when stock got, I saw you putting up those things, you know, 700 here, 800 here, 900 there, 1,000, 1,500 here. That's realistic to people, man. People look at that and say, like, I can do that. I can do that from where I am right now. You know, working a day job, you know, have a little bit of time here and there, can trade and do a little research. But when you putting up, man, look at my $40,000 one-day gain. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not, how real is that? You put up 160 for the trade, dude. And that 160 didn't even come from trading. That 160 came from people paying you $199 a month. So let's keep it 100, man. But anyway, let's go to the next couple shares here, couple stocks. Yeah, that's why I had to come out and do my own thing, man. I had to come out and do my own thing. Because after a while, after you follow the gurus for a while, you start to like, oh, I ain't really fucking with this dude really no more. That's how you'll eventually burn out with the guru, especially when you start paying somebody money to teach you, and then you start making money on your own. You're like, man, you know what? I don't really need this nigga no more, man. That's how you'll start to get after a while. 904, you're on the air. What's up?
What's going on, Sal? I appreciate all the info they gained out tonight.
Yes, indeed.
Could you look at BPMX for me?
And what's the name of that ticker again?
BPMX.
BPMX. There it goes. All right, BPMX. Amex stock, 65 cents. I think we might have talked about this one today. Somebody called up about this one today. I think it was Mr. Lloyd, I think. BPMX. So what are you seeing in this one, man? I'm curious. What are you seeing in this one?
Well, I see they had some news come out on the 31st. They got some in the pipeline about some acne and whatnot. But it looks like it's been going up steadily for months now, from like 18 cents.
Yeah.
I think it's heading for $1 with, like, if they get past that lower, we already got 80 cent resistance. I'm in that. I fell for a fake breakout because I feel like it was going to go. It closed out at 61 cents. I thought it was going to It did go over 61 cents, but it didn't go like I thought it was. So I bought in at 61 cents. I closed at 60 cents. I bought at 61 today, thinking it was gonna shoot up, but it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what it's gonna do now. But they got two solid green candles. So I don't know what it's just steady going up. It's like it ain't doing no pullbacks, but that is just I don't know what it's gonna do now. But I think it might pull back, but I think it's going to $1. At least 80 cents. Look, at least 80 cents. Because it's just
I don't know, man. I mean, 80 cents. All right. Let me see here. You had an increase today in volume. Today, I mean, you're already at the top of the band. You're not stupid hot on the RSI, but you got hot after the last after today's action. I think
the volume was strong from yesterday to today. It was an increase, but it's not shooting. It's not going.
Well, let me
like
see.
I thought it was.
Because let me see what the float is. 1 second here. Let me see here what the float is. 40 million. Okay, so that's not too bad. But with a 5 million share day, you need a lot more than that. So, I mean, if you're already in it, man, you've had 3 great days. You've gone from 51 to 65. That this is something where you could load it up really heavy at 51 cents a share. So a 10-cent gain, that's pretty good on something like this. So honestly, I think maybe Monday you'll probably see some red here because that news was on the 30th. Today is the 8th. So I mean, enjoy it, but I think I don't know if that kind of energy is going to carry over into next week.
Yeah, it was. I got in at 61 cents because I was playing for a breakout.
Yeah,
like it was going. I got faked out today, but I just went on ahead and held on in. The ICLD finna do something. I'm telling you, Si, y'all gotta get up on it. The ICLD finna do something.
ICLD?
I don't know when. Yes, it's finna do something. I'm stalking that. That thing. That's finna do something. It's like it's gonna move.
Yeah, ICLD is looking, these nice little small short candlesticks here. Let me break it down to an hourly and see where the movement is. Here's the hourly chart. I haven't seen. Okay, it's stabilizing a little bit here because I like, when a stock is trending like that, you look at an hourly on an OTC just to see where if it's stabilizing. I see here it had some support here at 0.025, and let's see here.
Yeah. It's going to do something.
I remember when it did that run back in March, we had people calling about that almost every 5 minutes, ICLD. It's cooled off since. So let me see here. All right, we'll be watching. I'll be watching.
And I found some. Now, I want to say something about for like beginners. I think everybody trying to get like quick rich and stuff like that, and y'all got experience. But what I have been doing, like I'll look at after a poem here, put something out there. What I have did, I just step back. And when I see these running stocks, I think if you're a beginner, you should just watch it. Just see what it do. Because like you didn't get good until you start watching. You just didn't jump in and trying to make money. You got to, like me, I watched this Triple C audit after the poem put out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched this stock. And if you look at it and you just keep watching these stocks, and you keep studying these stocks, you're going to pick up a pattern. And that's how you make money. That's where I'm beginning. I ain't took a loss yet. I ain't making up $50 or $100 here, but I ain't took a loss yet because I'll lock in on a couple stocks and I'll just get a patterns out. I just start watching them, watch the price action, knowing because you're going to see it like in that stock CCR. You see when it shot up, I said, God, dog. But I didn't jump in. I could have jumped in, but I'm not jumping. I want to understand why is it doing that. Looking at the value, putting things together. It's like a puzzle. You got to put it together. And I see everybody just jumping in stocks. And you, like this dude Juan Perez, he lost a little something in reverse spirit. But you're not watching the stock. You just getting in there and hoping it. I'm not doing that. I'm just icing people start picking a couple of stocks and just watch them. And just clear your mind and just watch the stock, and you'll see when they get that support. You can see when they fighting over a certain price. You'll just start seeing things. You'll start picking up things, and that's how I'm doing it. Like I say, that FLSR, y'all better get up because it's gonna rock you too. And just keep watching, like that guy say. Once it get over a certain threshold, and that FLSR is fight between 7 and 8, 7 and 8, 7 and 8. Keep going back right there, but it's not going no lower. It's staying between 7 and 8 now, 7 and 8. And I just watch it. I just watch the stock all day in my truck, watching that one stock and picking up on that pattern. Find your stock and just try to watch it and learn that pattern. You can start trading in and out of it and making money like that instead of jumping from here to there, not knowing what the stock gonna do. But that's just my 2 cents. God bless everybody.
There it is, man.
Appreciate you, Sam.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Yes, indeed, man. That's Anthony 904. Man, giving y'all game, man. Shout out to everybody calling up, giving people game in here, man. If you haven't already, go ahead and press like on this right now. If you haven't already, press like on this video right now. He's talking about FLSR. Today you had that doji candlestick, so he might be onto something here. We'll continue to watch it. Very similar setup to ICLD that he just talked about, though. FLSR and ICLD were his 2 plays. ICLD, FLSR, excuse me. FLSR. All right. Yes, indeed, man. He said he hasn't taken a loss, man. That's what's up. He hasn't taken a loss. 1 month swing trader, Silver Fox. That was your first profit. Let me see here. Patrick Roberts talking about SKLN. All right, we'll take up a look at a couple more here. 305, you on the air? What's up?
Yo, what's up, Sal? This is Michael 91.
Hey, Michael 91, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? I just wanted to touch up on that RSI strategy real quick. Well, shouts out to Stock God for bringing that up and stuff.
Yes, sir.
But I kind of learned about that like a while. I didn't really learn about it, but I heard somebody talking about it. Like I was going through some YouTube videos, and I ran into this person that led me to. I'm not sure if you heard of this guy called Eric Malfe or some shit like that.
Eric Malfe.
Yeah, something like that. But he has a similar strategy to that. I forgot what he calls it. I guess the RSI strategy. And that strategy could actually be used in the minute, the 5 minute, the daily. And like, for example, I just saw that a previous caller just brought up, what was it, BRMX or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I can't look at the chart now because I'm driving, but I was looking at, I was watching the show a little bit, and I saw, like, for example, like today, if you could see where it ended on the RSI, you could see in previous history a couple days back, that's resistance for the RSI. So I would suggest for him to be careful at that level, because as you can see, it crashed like right there, and then it went down. So you will use that as a level of resistance. So I tell him to watch out with that. I have to look more into that strategy, but I almost said Trap God. After Stock God brought it up, I'm definitely going to be looking more into it, especially if he's making easy money like that. And another thing that I learned that I wanted to bring up to you was I learned about the Bollinger Bands, that when they break from a consolidation period, sometimes the Bollinger Band, for example, the top Bollinger Band will go up if it's bullish, but sometimes the bottom Bollinger Band will follow, or sometimes it'll break the opposite way.
Yeah.
If it breaks the opposite way, it's more of a move. Like it's saying that there's a bigger potential move than if, for example, the top Bollinger Band breaks up and then the bottom follows, or it doesn't completely go the opposite way. Because sometimes you'll say like bust wide open.
Yeah.
And sometimes like that tells you that a big move could be happening. So I've been looking at that as well, but that RSI strategy, man, I got to look more into it. But yeah, I mean, this is like the second or third time I hear about that. So, I mean, it must really work. So, shit, I mean, if you don't really got to do any due diligence or anything like that, you could just go in for a little quick come up. You can't really lose. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I love how he put it together. And, you know, I've heard of a lot of strategies over the years, but to hear one that it's so simple, so simple, so,
not
easy.
having to look at level 2,
right,
all of that shit.
Right, but also makes sense because I can see where the money is. It's not just simple, well, just go ahead and do it, but you can actually see how to make the money. And he's been doing it now so many times that he was easily able to explain it to us. So I'm really excited to see what's going to be running tomorrow because I already know a few racks. I'm going to try and pull it off myself and see what it does.
Nah, yeah, and especially now, like I recently just got a new job where I could really like focus on the market while it's open. So I'm gonna try to step it up another level. See
yes,
if
sir.
I don't know, man. With the paper trading, I'm doing live paper trading now, and if all goes well, man, I might just say fuck it. I mean, you got to take chances sometime. I might take out a loan or something, and just try to look for that come up.
I wouldn't. I would never want you to take a loan, though, man.
Nah, man. Hey, I feel like you got to take chances sometime. And I mean, if the paper trading's going good, if I could really like lock down a strategy that works for me and I can make some money, man, I'll do it, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
that,
but you don't even need to do that. I mean, the dude is saying that he uses his phone to do it, and just start with what you got right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
but he's taking a heavy position though.
Yes.
I can't drop 6K right now, I can't afford to do that.
But here's the thing, though. I don't even think you need to put that much. I mean, because I wouldn't think that he started off putting that kind of money in there. I think he started off with the hundreds and just kind of worked his way up with as he continued to make gains. So I think start with what you have and what you got. Obviously, look at the cost of the stock. Obviously a stock with a lower starting price is probably what you want to start really investing in because it'll make more sense with a smaller account. But you can start with where you are with what you have using the strategy, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I shouldn't jump to conclusions or anything like that.
Yeah,
End up calling the show crying and shit.
Nah, yeah, we don't want that. But yeah, you can do it. I mean, listening to what he's talking about with $500, all right, $500, you can do what Stock God is doing. It's very, very possible. You can do it with $500. You can, you see a $2, $3 stock running, good catalyst, low float. You can do that.
So basically, what Stock God is looking for is for what's hot that day.
Yes.
And he's just looking for a quick little 10-minute trade.
Low float, 1 minute intraday chart, but again, low float, strong catalyst, allowing the chart to develop.
Like a CCCR.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Like what CCCR.
CCCR.
CCCR was a fucking monster.
Yeah,
today.
it was a monster today. Let me see here. If I see his setup here in the 1 minute. Here's the 1 minute on CCLR, and I'm trying to figure out if I see his setup here. And I might, if I'm right, I see it right here. Hold on. I see it right here.
So what he's doing is he's waiting for that first morning spike and waiting for the pullback, and that's going to cause the resistance on the RSI, and then play the bounce on the RSI to the resistance.
Actually, it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. Well, hold on. Where is he? All right, CCR. I'm looking for it on CCR, and I think he's still in the chat room, so I think it's like 1040. But yeah, he's basically looking for where the RSI gets hot, right? And it starts pulling back.
Yeah.
It pulls back, and then it starts to squeeze. Let me see here. This is it. I think this is it. And again, I'm going off of just hearing it today. But this is where he would get in at right here. Let me see if is it gonna let me? Oh, it's not gonna let me show it. Hold on. But he's using, it'll be like right here. Here's the down move. So he would buy like right here. And then this is the squeeze going down, and then he would ride it back up to the top of
the resistance.
Right, to the top of the RSI and sell it up there. That's what he's doing.
Okay.
And he's doing it like that.
Yeah. Like I said, I it's like the second or third time I hear that strategy. So I mean, I'm following that Eric. I can't pronounce his last name, like Mouthit or something like that.
Okay.
If anybody else is interested, they could check him out too. Like he has additional videos on that. But it's a similar strategy, and I mean, I really haven't had the chance to like really look into that specific strategy, but I'm gonna definitely check it out. But yeah, for like the previous caller, I mean, we'll see if it's true, because as you can see on that daily chart, like it's literally right there on the RSI resistance.
Yeah, and make sure the volume too, because you got to get the important part of his strategy is the decline of the volume. You see how the volume was heavy here, and then you're catching the RSI in the decline of the volume too. So you got to make sure you got a really good volume indicator, so where you're seeing the lack of volume as the RSI
and then
starts
all of a
pulling
sudden
back.
the volume pick up,
and then picks up, and that's where the squeeze happens, and that's how he's getting his money right there. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Man.
It's
The way he made it, sound was like, the way he made it sound was like, wait, hold on, you making $700 in 10 minutes?
No.
But yeah, man. I just wanted to share that information, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. We all appreciate it, and thanks for everything, man. If I run into any picks or anything like that, I'll be sure to call back.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Michael.
All right, man.
All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So shout out to Michael91 for the call. But yeah, man, the decline in volume, the squeeze, the squeeze comes with the decline in volume. So you got to make sure you see that lack of volume there. And that's just beautiful. Again, I've been trading now 4 or 5 years, still chasing that goal of becoming a millionaire. Preferably, I want to do it, actually trading and not promoting. I know 100% if I put all my heart and soul into promoting, it'd probably be more likely. In fact, it will be likely, but I want to learn how to fish. You know what I'm saying? I want to learn how to fish. So that you can always feed yourself no matter what happens, whether or not you're 65, 70, 80 years old, in front of a computer and some charts, and you'll be able to get yourself some money. But so I've always still been chasing for that good strategy to implement. And I got some ways that work for OTCs, but an intraday NASDAQ strategy that doesn't involve shorting. And that's what we got today. I mean, that's what Stock Guy called up and gave us today, man. He gave you a way to trade stocks intraday without having a ton of cash. Because the best way, the most profitable way to make money intraday is either is shorting stocks that are overextended. By far. If you got a ton of cash, if you got 100K right now, 50K right now, you better be short in stock, because you'll double your money in a matter of days. But what he just gave you now, man, that's a gold mine. That's a gold mine, man. Somebody paid for that $8,500 challenge to talk to him for 30 minutes every 2 months. That's crazy, man. Or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't even know what comes with the package, But I know I think you get 30 minutes a month or something like that. Yeah. Absolutely, Trading Jedi. Absolutely. And Trading Jedi, I want to have a little, segment with you too, bro. Hell no. I'm not. Look, I'm telling you this right now. I'm not paying for nobody's package. I don't give a damn. I ain't paying for nobody's package, homie. You know, there's too much free information out here for me to, you know, nah, man, I'm good, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody, my thing is there's somebody, as we just had Stock got on, there's somebody that's going to give you the game for free. If you just, you know, look for it. Somebody will give you the game for free. Rich people love telling you how to make money. They love it. When you see a rich, that's what sometimes, man, you know, back when I lived in the city, you know, sometimes you'll have somebody, you know, pull up in a Bentley or a Ferrari or something like that. And I'm like, you know, depending on my situation, if I had some time, I'm like, excuse me, sir, you know, I'm curious, man. You look, you know, you seem like a very wealthy man. Can I ask how you know, you became rich? I'd like to become rich like you, man. That puts a big ass smile on their face. That puts a big, that's a compliment to a rich person. That's the greatest compliment you can ever give somebody who's rich, is an opportunity to tell them how great they are and to tell you how to become great like them. You know what I'm saying? Sam Wolf says, Lisa, a Lambo. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know right now, you know, not to change the subject too quick, but yeah, if I went and rented a Lambo and, you know, got a real estate agent to get me into a house and, hey, everyone, would you like to get rich? Oh, man, come on, man. That should, you know, it's easy to do. But again, I'm trying to feed myself forever, you know what I mean? Not for 2 or 3 years. I'm trying to learn how to feed myself forever. Because that, you know, that kind of money don't last. 757, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, it's Star Guy, bro. What's good, man?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man, real quick, man. That ticker that you had up, was that CCCR, right?
Yes, that was CCCR. Mm-hmm. Still on the screen.
All right, hold on. Let me pull. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. You still got it up there right now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you was trying to show him, man, and that's you picked it up pretty fast. That's good shit, man.
Yeah, man. I love it. I love it, man. I've been looking at a lot of strategies. I've been studying stocks for a long time, but man, this is probably the most simple trading strategy that I think I've ever seen, man. Ever seen.
I'm telling you, because I'm a nobody, so people think I'm full of shit. It's like,
and let them believe that, man. And let them believe that's fine. Let them believe that. There are a lot of people think I'm full of shit. Let them believe it.
And they're like, how the fuck you're not doing that every day? I'm like, all right, whatever. And I want to tell you, on that CCCR, you got. Let's see, hold on. 1, 2. You got 3 fucking entries. 3 safe entries to get in off of those squeezes. You know, and when that chart cools off and it shows that little pattern, that little wedge pattern, and then it breaks out again, it squeezes, it breaks out. It's like a stair step.
Yeah, I see another one right here. I see another one.
Right there, bro.
Right there. And then I see another one right here. Man, yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's absolutely beautiful.
And that's 3. You can kill that shit 3 times safely, and then look where you sell at. You sell around 70. That's where the high. If you notice, when it gets high at 70, it pulls back down. So that's where you will sell. You sell about 65 RSI at 70, and you're good to go.
Now, it's important in the strategy, though. It looks like the earlier you do it, the better, because volume starts running out. If you're too late.
You want to watch. Absolutely, you want to watch the volume if it starts to do it. But there's some charts that are strong as fuck that in that moment, and you can get in 2 or 3 times. And I've done that. I've done it where I get in 1 or 2 times where I'm killing their ass. I make anywhere from $500 to $1,000 on one play.
Shit. Yeah, I'm looking at.
I'm done, man.
Because there was a real gap between. If you look at the stock, there's a real gap between 12 and 1. So that would have been real hard to time. But yeah, it seems. Yeah, but yeah, go ahead, stock guy.
I don't trade. Yeah, my bad, brother. I don't trade a lot, around that midday shit because that volume is shit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, it's just fucked up then, So I make my money first 30 minutes to an hour in the morning with all that volume.
Okay, let me see here. Yeah, because the morning is so much better because it becomes a lot more inconsistent the later in the day. But yeah, the strategy is beautiful from 9:30 till about 11:30, 12. Man, this is beautiful, man.
That's it. You're good. You're good. That's it right there. You're good to go. A couple hours, like you just said, you find a low flow, volatile stock. That's a lot of liquidity, got a lot of movement in it, and it spikes up. Let it spike, let it form, let it squeeze, let the RSI cool off, and it's gonna spike again. And then when that RSI starts to curl and run back up, I jump right back in, and I sell at the previous RSI high, and I'm out of that bitch. I'm done.
Man, that's beautiful. Now let me tell you, what is your definition of low float? What would you say when people are doing a scan? What do they look for?
All right. So when I go on FinViz, the TOS, Thinkorswim, on the Lion, I'm looking for my plays. I like to look for anything. I mean, I've even seen 100 million run. Like run crazy. So. But anywhere from like 60 million or less, that's a good low flow for me, man. And then I got like 15 to 20 plays every morning that I got already set up, and 5 or 6 of them will do exactly what I wanted to do. And I find the best setup, and I hit them, man, every fucking day, every day, man, every day. Or I get a good ass dip buy. So that's it, man. And those dip buys, I heard somebody say earlier on the phone, he was saying something about you don't know when it's going to keep falling, and that's a good point. So what you want to do is look at previous support levels and try to match that with the low RSI, and then once it hits it, and then sometimes if it doesn't go low enough, I won't jump in, even if the RSI is low, but it's not near a recent support level, then I won't jump in, and then usually I'm right because then it'll keep falling. So you just got to watch it, man. And also be careful because if you're on a reversal pattern, that's a lot of momentum. Reversal patterns have a lot of momentum. So that's not a dip buy. That's not a panic where people are selling off. That's a momentum. It's someone's playing that. They're shorting it. So there's a difference between dip buys, morning panics, and momentum falls, momentum crashes. So you got to be careful and know what you're looking at.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. This is just, again, it's just a wonderful strategy that we're learning here, and I'm trying to make sure it fits in here so everybody can see what I'm doing here. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to make sure I get every diamond nugget out of you. But again, the strategy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down, dude. I'll call in next week, and I'll send you on Twitter, bro. I'll send you a few because I post this shit all day on Instagram and on Twitter. A bunch of screenshots of like patterns and shit I look at, so I'll send them to you, and then we can put them on your YouTube, man, and show people, man, and just show them what I know, just trying to help out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So okay, so all right, so just to make sure I get it as well. Now, when the stock starts squeezing, right, and you think it's time to buy, your level where you buy is dependent on what
under 70.
Okay, so yeah, definitely under 70.
Yeah, because. Yeah, under 70. Yep. It's going to see when it's cooling off, it's forming a pattern. When it's cooling off, it's under 70. That's when it's back in the regular state. Right. Now, it's not going to go down to 20 or 30,
of course,
because there's so much volume in that play.
Sure.
So it might dip down to 60, 55, 60, somewhere in there. So when it cools off, and you look at that, the candles, that doji is getting smaller and smaller, and it's starting to get tighter and squeezed. Then the RSI starting to pull back up. Try to get in before you don't get you want to try to get in right before it, in my opinion, before you get squeezed out of the play, before it breaks out. And that's how I kill it every fucking day. Every day I do the same. I don't deviate. I do the same shit every day. And people are like, there's no way. They think I'm full of shit. And I'm like, I try to explain it. I send them videos. They DM me. I show them shit. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, that shit works.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it. I see it works. I mean, again, if you understand how to look at a chart, it clear as day, man. You're buying.
And you don't need you don't need all that fucking all those indicators.
Yeah.
I see guys with 30 goddamn indicators.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
If you're not a reader, if you're not a reader fucking pattern, and you got volume and RSI, you don't need shit else. You see the squeeze, you see the pattern forming, you fucking play off the pattern. You're done. And you sell at the high to RSI, get the fuck out. You're done, man. You ain't gotta be in that bitch. People are like, oh, you're scalping. Eat a fucking dick, bro. I just made $600.
It don't matter, man. Let people say that, man. People always accuse me, man. Well, you only play OT. Man, I'm playing for money. I'm not playing for.
I'm playing for money.
Right. We're playing for
money.
You know, we're not playing
Absolutely,
for, to be on Fortune or to have somebody be impressed. I'm trying to eat, man. You know what I'm saying?
Look, bro, man. Bro, my man, Sal, look, man, I don't care about, I want gimmies. I want the easiest setup.
Yes, indeed.
I want the best. I want the low floats, high volume, a lot of callus behind it. I don't even look at news. People think I don't look at news. I don't look at level 2. I'm like, how the fuck are you doing that, man? All I look at is a spark chart on my cell phone through the TOS, through the Thinkorswim app, and I'm good, bro. And I see my setup. I watch it spike. I'm smiling as it spikes because I know it's gonna channel, it's gonna cool off, and make sure that it stays at the new support level. It squeezes, it cools off. The RSI curls, it spikes again. I jump in before the spike, and I made my money. I'm done. I'm done, dude. I was done today in 12 minutes.
Damn. That shit, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Now, you also said for position size, because we just got done talking to Michael 91, and he was talking about getting a loan and everything. Tell people this strategy does work if you only have a couple $100, right?
Man, everyone in my chat room, that's why I started my chat room, because I was in another chat room a few months ago, and they were just talking about trips, which is cool. But I was just like, man, I want to get in. I'm an everyday type of. I want to get in the grind every day. Yes. So I started my chat, man, and bro, I started with $1,000. I started with $1,000 fucking dollars, $1,000, and I started building my account. I've hit 17,000. I've used some of that money over time, but now that I just moved, I'm about to get it in on Short Trader now. I'm in my crib now down in Florida. Mm-hmm. I'm about to get funky. So, but yeah, you don't have to have a big ass 5 or 6, 10,000. You don't have to do that. You can imagine the momentum off of a squeeze. You got $1,000 on a dollar play, and that shit runs up, 20 cents. You made some good ass money right there.
Yeah.
You made some good ass money, and lock in your fucking product. Don't be greedy, man. Get your money and get the fuck out. That's what's wrong with a lot of us, man. As newbies, we want to just keep holding and try. Fuck them home runs, man. Get them singles, man.
Yeah.
Get those singles and build your fucking account. Take your time. Let that shit happen. I see so many guys that inbox me.
That's a good thing, because in the NFL, a running back that averages 3 yards a game, man, 3 yards a game, that's a $20 million running back, man. So sometimes
that's a $20 million running back.
Yeah, you don't need to hit a run every touchdown every time you get the ball. Yes, indeed, man. That's a good analogy,
bro. Absolutely. Yeah. No doubt, man. So you don't have to, I do that because that's how I like to play. I'm trying to get my shit on so I can get this TDT thing. So, but yeah, you can start with 1,000. I got guys in my chat room starting with $300, man, and they're hitting for fucking $100 every time. Imagine that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's safe. The RSI is safe because it's telling you when the fuck to get out. It's telling you when to get in. It's telling you when to get out, and you don't have to get killed or get burned because you don't know when it's gonna pull back. You get. That's what I love about it. That's why I don't need all them fucking. I don't need all that shit. I don't need them indicators. You don't need it. Just give me some volume, give me my RSI, and I can read the chart, and I'm good. That's all I need. So
let me ask you this. All right. So for when it doesn't go right, when it comes to like how do you know it's not going right? How do you know?
All right. So okay. So what I do, I look at I read a lot of the candlesticks. So let's say I think it's going to go right. Let's say it's holding support, it's looking good, but it cracks, it comes back down. I might lose $100, $200. You know what I'm saying? That shit does happen. Anybody says they're going to win every time, they full of shit. Mm-hmm. And another thing, man, if you're looking at people they just keep showing you screenshots or I'm winning, but they can't explain their trades or how they get in and how they get out.
Right.
Man, don't listen to that fucking clown, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do lose. Don't get me wrong, but I make about $3,000 a week, and I lose about fucking $500 or $600.
Okay.
That's every week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if it starts to pull back and it cracks the support that I jumped in at, and I lose $80 to $100 to $200, I just sell my position.
Mm-hmm.
I get out. I get the fuck out. I take my loss, and I don't hold and hope. Like I don't play that shit because, like I said, I got 80% of my portfolio is in that play. So I don't like to play. I don't like to stay long. If it doesn't do what I wanted to do, or how it's looking, I get the fuck out.
Man, that's nice.
So
nice.
I cut my losses quickly, man. I don't stay in
because and also stock God, it looks like, because there are some stocks that that gap up and start running, and then they all of a sudden collapse. Those like XGTIs or something like those kind of stocks where intraday they just kind of give up after the first morning. So you kind of have to look at the stock's previous history, right?
Yes, sir. And that's another thing too. You have to know the market that you're in. All right. So lately, this choppy ass market that we've been in, if you notice last few days, you get a lot of morning spikes and then they pull back. I mean, they pull all the way back.
Yeah.
So you have to know what the fuck you're in. And a lot of guys are like, well, how are you making $600-700 so fast, or whatever you're doing? Are you in it the night before? Like, no, I'm watching when it comes out of the gate at 9:30. By 9:35, something's already done happened, and that's when I get in. So off a dip buy, or I let it spike up and I play off that channel or whatever's happening after that second entry.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to know the market that you're in. A couple of weeks ago, it was for about 2 months. It was really strong dip buys.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's starting to get choppy. The market's done changed a little bit. So you need to know what the fuck's going on and understand. Like, look, don't stay in these stocks long. In my opinion, if you're day trading like I do, don't stay in them bitches long because they're coming back down hard, man. So you just got to know what you're into, and don't be greedy. Like I said, lock them profits in, man. Get the fuck out.
Damn, that's what it is, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, man. So I'm down, man. I'll hit y'all up next week too, man. I'll be in there. I'll be in your on YouTube, man. I'll be in your channel, man, next week. And whenever anybody wants me to call in, I'll definitely call in and help out, man.
Definitely, man. I mean, I'm telling you right now, my Friday shows are the most watched. So there are going to be people studying this strategy on this show, and they will be doing it next week. So I'm sure they'll have some questions for you, man. Definitely.
No doubt, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm here, man. Anytime y'all can inbox me on, like I said, on Instagram, on Twitter. I got a little YouTube channel, so I've been up there, talking about the same shit up there. So I'm down to help, man. Anybody wants to learn, I'm down to show them what I know.
Thank you, Stock. I appreciate the call, bro.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right, man. Come, look, I can't give them enough bombs, man. I can't give them enough of the DJ Clues bombs, man. I just turned you from a losing trader to a winning trader, man. I honestly think from this call, I just put somebody in a BMW. Somebody about to buy their mama a new house this year. Like, seriously. And it's all thanks to Stock God, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed, man. 760, you on the air. What's up?
What's up, Saul? This is Trading Jedi, bro.
Hey, Trading Jedi. What's up, man?
Dude, man, we're dropping bombs all night. We're dropping bombs like Vietnam.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You are up, man. I know you do a lot of trading, so maybe you got some gems you'd like to share as well.
Yeah, well, the first thing I'd like to say is, to me, it sounds kind of radical, but honestly, take a fucking stock out of a hat every day. I don't care the ticker. I don't care the price. I don't care. Like, give me a random ticker every day. Tell me I have to trade it at least once that day, and I guarantee at the end of the year, I will end the year with a positive P&L.
Now,
and this is all done.
Now, let me ask you, Trading Jet, how are you doing that? Like, what would you have to do to make sure you end up in the money?
Just complete discipline over your risk modeling. Honestly, I can't stress enough how important it is to cut your losses tight. I mean, I won't even be red in a trade. If I'm not feeling it, I will exit the trade.
Yeah.
Some of the best traders that I've met who have the biggest consistent long-term gains and long-term results are the ones that they cut their losses at 2% or less on a trade.
Damn.
And that's not even trading with a quarter of your account. To me, I will never hold a trade more than 7% against myself, ever. Even if I think it's going to go back, even if it goes down to minus 8% and comes right back and does 100% gainer, I don't look at the past. I don't think, oh man, I missed out on that, or oh, they shook me out.
Right.
I mean, that's just something that happens. It's all about cutting your losses extremely small. And I know it sounds, it's what they always say, cut your losses small and let your runners run. But there is a way to let your runners run, just as Stock God was talking about, by looking at your indicators, looking at the spread, which is a huge thing. And that scientist turned me on to this rule a long time ago, once on your show. He said, always have a 1 to 3 minimum risk to reward ratio. That means always plan on losing at least 2 out of 3 of your trades and plan accordingly. That means for example, if your average loss size is 5%, that means your average gain size is going to have to be 15% just to stay even. So you have to constantly be modeling your risk models. If you've all heard the whole the old adage that if you lose 50%, you're gonna have to double your money to make it back. It's just simple math tricks like this, keeping your risk really small, getting out of trades very quickly. And something that's helped me tremendously in the past 3 months, I call it risk-adjusted position sizes. Stock God's his strategy that he talked about earlier with though I don't exactly use RSI so tight as he does, the fact that he's got these low floaters, he's watching the spread, he's watching the volume, very close volume profiling. What I will do is I get into very similar trades and I just go ahead and let my runners run. I don't, if I get shaken out, then I get shaken out. During day trades like Stock Odds, what he's talking about, I will go ahead and trade, 50, sometimes 70% of my entire account, because I know that I'm only going to be in the trade for a few minutes.
Wow.
When I'm going into a swing trade, I'm not going to trade 25% of my account, because once you take on that overnight risk, you don't know what could happen. Low floaters,
right?
What they're going to dilute. So many times I've been diluted
reverse splits
on charts that look, and the charts look beautiful. They look immaculate. The volume's coming in. Even the people who aren't pumpers are sharing objective good news. And that's the whole thing. When you take on, you have to have an understanding of the max amount that you're going to lose, and always plan to lose that max amount. So from my experiences, having an understanding of losses, and to do that, you really have to take a few losses on different types of stocks, So that's the best advice I can give, is control your downside. Constantly be thinking about your downside. I will be up 50% on a winning trade on a low floater, and I'm still watching it like I'm trying to get my first entry at the opening bell. That's because we know these things can come back and reverse so quickly. That's why you watch your money like a hawk. Mark Twain said, put all your eggs in one basket and don't take your eyes off that basket. Think about your time frame is one of the best way I can put it. If you're doing a really quick scalp day trade, go in heavy. If you're going to do like an all-day day trade, maybe use 50% of your account and have a tight stop. If you're going in on a swing trade, maybe use 30% of your account and just you have yourself a little looser stop for that leeway, because that time is going to probably require you to have a little more wiggle room. But if you size smaller, then it's not too much of a problem to have that wiggle room. So many times, especially when new traders, we get excited. We see these plays that are up 20, 40%, and we go in heavy. First chance we get, we don't even think about the entry. You don't even think about how much of your account you're putting in there, because you're chasing the gains. I have found that I've actually slowed down my trading. I only trade about 2 or 3 days a week when I'm feeling it. And I found that I make more money in the long term like that, because, it comes with experience. You see the plays, you're like, oh, that thing is running. It looks so good. I want to get into that. There's movement. Don't. Just stand there, watch it, and you'll see. You've seen the same tricks before. But the big thing that I can't stress enough is control your position sizing. Think about your downside risk. Cut your risks very small. I know a lot of you guys in here are making money, but this is the thing. Your account shouldn't be up 50%, and then next week you're down in the red with your profile, and then the next week you're up another 30%, and then you're down to a new low. I don't care if you're making money. If you're not consistently making money over time, you're doing it wrong, because the whole point is to compound your gains higher and higher.
Exactly. Exactly.
And a big part of that sounds counterintuitive, but just slow down. Don't make as many trades. Don't chase the trades, and trade small. That way, as you get better over time, you get more and more comfortable and know when it's appropriate to go large. And like I said, so much of it is just experience. And man, like, we learn every day. We get better every day. Keep track of your trades. That's a big part too. For me, I keep track of every trade, the strategy I used on it, how much of my account I used on it, what the setup was, how I was feeling at the time, the profit and the loss. Then I take all those at the end of the month. I look at my average loss, my average gain, the average type of trade, and see what works and what doesn't. Because your losses are trying to tell you something. Your losses are more important than 1,000 charts. They're telling you what's working and what's not. So watch your sizing, be patient, cut your losses, and keep track of your trades. Know thyself, know your own trades. But, I mean, that's why I say give me a different stock every day. Pull one out of a hat. I bet. I don't mean to sound condescending or crazy, but I truly think that through that system, especially lately, I've been choosing more and more random stocks that I'm kind of getting outside of my comfort zone. But through my risk modeling alone, I find that I actually make money on these far out bets that I used to never would have taken just because I'm comfortable and I understand my position sizing and my risk modeling. So all the biggest hedge funds today, all the biggest traders, they think in terms of risk, not in terms of money. That's why when I share my trades, I hardly ever will talk about how much money I made, because that truly does not matter.
Right.
You know, you either have $2,000 in your account and you make 20%, or you have $2 million in your account and make 20%. To achieve those goals, you know, takes different strategies based on different liquidity constraints, but they both show it's not about the money. It's about how you manage your money, how you manage your trades, and having just a keen understanding of risk is, to me, is what it's all about. Always think of the downside. Always think of the downside. Don't let the money blind you.
There it is, man. Thank you so much, Trading Jedi. I appreciate you so much, bro.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I like to hear everyone in here getting paid. I mean, it's great to see, especially a lot of the new people making progress. So everyone out there, just keep learning. Never stop learning. Never stop challenging yourself. And, let's trade well and make some money.
Thank you. All right. Trading Jedi 760, man. Man, really, really good callers today, man. Really, really good callers today. Just looking through Trading Jedi's thing, I'm thinking, he's talking about making $3,000 a week, trading, taking losses of about 5 a week, and that's based on what he's working with now. So, right, that's going to only go up as he's working with more and more capital. And now that he's going to be moving over to Sure Trader, God, that could easily turn into 10, 15, 20, 25,000 now that he'll be out of the restriction of the PDT rule, right? So, using his strategy along with, trading some of these penny stocks long term that you identify as potential, 10, 20, 30 baggers, I can just imagine the kind of money you can bring in. Imagine the kind of money you can bring in. Absolutely insane. I just, wow. I really got my mind spinning. And ladies and gentlemen, this might not work the very first time you try it, like anything in life. All right, so I don't want anybody to go into the strategy on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday and then, it didn't work, so it doesn't ever work, because sometimes as beginners learning something new, you can develop that kind of mentality, but you have stock guide available. He's reach out to him. If it, for whatever reason you feel like you're not doing it right, your timing's off and you need some assistance. It's definitely something I'm going to be trying this week. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to try it. If it's a great day trading strategy I can use intraday along with my penny stocks, hell yes, absolutely, I'm going to take advantage of it. Absolutely. Never turn down the opportunity to make some money. You know. Let me look at a little other, because all the Chinese plays were all running today. A whole bunch of just Chinese stocks were running today. If you didn't notice, a whole lot of Chinese stocks were running today. Let me see something here. A whole lot of Chinese stocks were running today. And CETC, obviously when you use a 1 minute chart. Oh, look at that, man. Look at this. This would have been really beautiful. Look at that. Here's a 1 minute chart. Oh, God. Y'all see that here? Here's his strategy again right here. All right. Cooling off. Here's the volume. All right. The RSI actually it does nothing for some time. All right. And also you see the low volume here. That would have been your entry right there, and then just boom, sold it right at the top. Right there. This is how you would have played CETC today, based on what Stock God showed us today. This is how you would have played the stock, just like that. You would have been done from 10 o'clock. What was that? 10:32, 32 minutes. You would have been done. That would have been your day right there. That's it. You would have bought like right here. And anywhere between here and here, you would have bought, because you would have seen the RSI settle. Again, I'm on a 1 minute chart. This is 1 minute. You would have seen the lack in volume as the volume bars created. That's why I love TradingView, but it doesn't matter, whatever it is you're using. But you would have seen the colored bars showing significant declines in volume. And then as volume came back into the stock on the catalyst of this whole Chinese thing, you would have sold into that huge run. Oh, this is like a $2 run right here too, by the way. It's like a $2. It's like a $2 run right here alone. So if you load it up at 355, oh my God, you sold at 510? Good Jesus Christ. I mean, wow. Wow. And again, it all corresponds to the volume. That is so important. The volume has to be right. The volume has to be, you've got to see that gap in the volume. All right, and I don't see that other opportunity anywhere else for the most part. Probably here a little bit, but as you can see, he was right. His strategy works best in the morning, because as you can see throughout the rest of the day, volume it's not the same. So his strategy doesn't, he said it himself, it doesn't really work late into the day. But in the morning, if you look at CETC, he'd probably say the same thing. That was beautiful. That second run was basically your best one. The second run was your best one, because you may not have caught the first one. The first one happened so soon, you didn't even catch it. You didn't really even catch it. Man. Wow. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and end the show on that note. I'm going to end it because this we got so much game in this episode. I think this is going to be one. I don't even know what to name the show. I feel like I want to give it a name and just not Friday Night Open Lines. I feel like this is a show that can change people's lives, and I don't even know what to name it because I don't think Stock God has like a name for this strategy yet. I don't think so. But I got to figure out a name, how to trade stocks. I don't know. I mean, this is, again, please press the like button. Press the like button right now. If this is your first time watching the show, press subscribe. Look, man, this is, wow. I really hope you guys took in all the information from this show. Obviously, it's recorded. You'll be able to watch it in the future. Is Bats in here? I'm seeing people talk about bat scientists in here. Yeah, Joseph and David, they don't even trade. Y'all making so much money with Investors Hangout. Man, I can only imagine the kind of money they making. With a website like that. But yeah, so many jewels tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So many jewels. So many great traders calling up and giving us advice. A lot of tickers discussed today too. For those of you guys who love the triples, go to that OTC markets, download that thing I was telling you guys about, man. Go download that. You know what I'm saying? Let me show it to you guys one more time. Go download that list. Look and see, pull up the chart, see where the stock is at the current moment. Is it something you want to put in $10, $20, $30, $100? Somewhere where you can see maybe some recent news that got put out, some game-changing news that could develop the stock in the future. Oh, hold on. 757, you on the air. What's up?
What's up, Sal? First time calling in. I've seen your show a couple times. I just wanted to pick up some good info tonight, but I wanted to see if you would look at that ROX for me.
ROX is the ticker?
Yes, sir.
All right, ROX. All right, ROX. Let me see here. Now, ROX, why are you looking at this stock? I'm curious because it looks like it's very bearish right now, man.
Well,
actually, for March. Oh, excuse me, March. Yeah, I'm sorry, my chart was too extended. Actually, looking really good for March. On the day chart, looking real good. Actually, yeah. What's got the stock going hot, man?
They got in Walmart with their ginger beer. So I'm thinking the earnings coming out next month are going to push this up.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're already up. You're practically up 100% since the beginning of March. Got a little bit of resistance over this week. I see here you had a red day with a very long wick, almost touched $1.30. So you got some hesitation building up now at these levels, man. So if you're in the stock, I probably look to take profits here because it looks like right now you got some profit taking going on, and that might go ahead into the future. You might be looking at $1.50 next week.
Right on.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for the call, bro.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, I think if he's in it, go ahead and take profits now. You had a really good run. If you on the day chart is beautiful. This is what Bad Scientist talks about. That 4 and 8 exponential moving average. This is beautiful, man. This is a beautiful chart. But there's some hesitation building up here. I would take a profits here and then see what happens. If the stock breaks above 170, then maybe you look to get back in. But other than that, I think you're going red next week. Stock God, yeah, go into the Discord. I mean, I think that Stock God, he's more than welcome, obviously, into the Discord room. He's always more than welcome. Yes, indeed. Everybody's welcome to the Discord room. New people, old people. The Discord room is open to all. In fact, Stock God, if you want to create your own room in there, be more than happy to have you in there. You know what I'm saying? Last call of the night, 202. You're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Sal? This is Brother African Emporium.
Hey, African Emporium. What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Just enjoying the show, man. One of them days you want to just sit back and take notes and just listen. Be quiet. Don't call. Don't do nothing crazy. Just take a lot of great notes, man.
Yes,
and
sir.
I tell you what, this guy, he gets it. Once again, no better practical way to look at the market than just kind of analyze some simple key components to use at your advantage. And for the guys that's in the chat room, the Discord, and also on the in the live stream right now, you guys need to be taking notes and realizing, because you guys have a lot of questions, and understand that the market is very simple once you can break break it down and analyze it in a way that you can understand it, not necessarily to the point where you're overly, consumed with, trying to, know every particular jargon, slang, or the lingo, or, be overly technical at some aspect. Just learn how to use it at your advantage. And, that's one of the things that's been successful for me. In the same likeness, I'm listening to this guy talking, I'm like, man, this is some of the same stuff I'll be doing too. And I've been successful with it at a short-term period of trading, and, like I say, it just makes it so much more easier when you can just dumb it down, literally just dumb it down and take quality setups and make sure that your entry is always the best entry you can possibly have.
Yes.
And I'm excited. Like I say, this is one of the days I just want to sit back and I'm just listening. I'm smiling. I'm taking notes. I'm like, yep. See, this is why, this stuff works. If you just use it, properly and let the market work for you. You don't have to go and force it. Just let it come to you. Let the market come to you, and then you just act on it.
Yeah.
So this is exciting, man. And I want to throw one little tick out there real quick. And I'm going to get out the line once again. Keep listening before you guys get out here. I'm pretty sure you saw the email circulating this afternoon around 4 o'clock, right?
About what stock?
About ENRJ.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, tell me what's going on here. I mean, for the people who don't know, why is this stock aftermarket just going crazy right now?
Okay, well, obviously it was a very, very strategic move. So the pump from this particular play, it happened, obviously, if you're going to have a pump, it happened beautifully. It happened at a point where they let all the rookie investors leave out the market, right? All the novice investors get out the market, and they did it literally at 405, I believe, 405, right? Stock was trading at 38 cents, 37 cents, 40 cents all day, sideways, all day. 405, you had massive volume coming in, massive share buying coming in, 5,000, 10,000 shares, whatever the case. So it drove the stock from 38 cents all the way up to $1.08 in a matter of an hour and 20-something minutes. Crazy volume. And the ask price right now for the stock, after hours, the ask price is up to $1.83. It is going to be running crazy Monday.
Wow.
So I'm just putting that out there early in advance. For those who out there may want to play it, it's a NASDAQ play, right? It was trading at 38 cents today, all day until after hours, and now it went up as high as $1.08. It pulled back down to 85 cents. It kind of sat there, going into Monday. So, hey, just one of those things I want to throw out there too, because I like, catching these rumors before they become the news, and I made a lot of my money doing that. My due diligence value is trying to catch it early, and then tip the Discord room about how to kind of get into these plays. So, but other than that, man, hey, I love it, Shay. I love what you're doing. Once again, you're on your way to higher heights, man, and all the people in the room, like I say, just wonderful crowd tonight. Great love in the room, both Discord and also on the live stream. So kudos to everybody, and hotep to everybody as well.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, African Emporium.
Hey, my honor, brother.
All right. So shout out to him. And, I forgot to tell him, I saw that thing you put out on the Discord, too. I got the notification when he had everyone on it. That $500 that you made today, man. Shout out to you for that $500 you made today. Yes, indeed. Need a life soon. Absolutely. And Londell Carter. Is Londell still in the room? I don't know if Londell's still in the room. But Londell took my after hours strategy. And on HTGM, Londell, if you want to call up, I want to hear how you did it and what the results were for you, bro. Londell, I want you to be the last call of the day. Basically, buying the low float runner for the day, heavy at 350, 355, and then selling it the very next day for a quick 6-7%. And the very next day in the morning, selling into that, heavy open, market open orders. So Londell, I don't know if Londell's still in the room or not. Maybe not. Probably should have hit him up before the show. But I know he took advantage of that on, I want to say it was HTGM. Let me see here. Yeah, so buying it. Let me see here. What was the 1 day? Let's look at a 5 minute. There it is. Where is that? The 7th. And then selling it in the very morning. And to these fools who buy it in the morning. Easy setups. Yeah, Stock Gato. I'm definitely going to be looking at again. I already told you I'm going to be doing his strategy. I am definitely going to be doing his strategy. But again, remember, it's the 1 minute chart. 1 minute chart. His strategy works best on the 1 minute chart. 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay. Where is that? Yeah, 1 minute chart, preferably. It works best. Said Discord keeps telling you invite is expired. Let me give you my link. Here's my link. All right, let me give you my link. This one does not expire. ENRJ is a pump. There it is. That's my link right there. Doesn't expire. And let me put that back up. Maybe you guys can, I don't know, screenshot it or something. Let me put it back up so you guys can see it. Go ahead and y'all use that sniping tool. Or he can post it. I'll post it on my Twitter. I can post it in the Discord room too. How about that? I think that'd probably be even better. I'll post it in the Discord room. And also, let me go ahead and do it now. Let me post it in the Discord room now before I forget. Because I'll get off the air and I get so tired. Let me see here from talking. Let me see. Actually, there it is. Stock God's strat. All right, there it is. I just posted it in the Discord room right now. All right. Yes, indeed. All right, so please go ahead and like this video. Oh, by the way, that cable bill is due. So, if you've been learning something, help a brother out, send him $1 or $2, preferably a lot more. Go ahead and donate to the show. Go ahead and set that PayPal, man. Help me pay this cable bill, man. This internet bill, this light bill, whatever it is going to do something that's going to keep the show going again. Send a brother $1 or $2, preferably more. If you can't, go ahead and like the video. And I wish you blessings anyway. You guys know I appreciate all the people who watch the show. And again, share with your family and friends. Put it on your Facebook. You got some friends living in poverty or living in a state of confusion or just looking for a way to, make some little extra money on the side. Introduce them to the stock market, man. Introduce them to a new way to, a new grind, a new hustle. You know what I'm saying? I think some people just need to be given the information. If they choose not to take advantage of it, great. But we have millions of people out there who haven't even been exposed. They haven't even gotten the opportunity to say whether or not they want to try it. Somebody just told you the stock market is dangerous and you can lose money, and then that's all they know. That's all they know. UNIS, I'm out of UNIS. It pulled back, man. I bought it yesterday at 25 cents. We were looking for 40 cents. The stock ended up pulling back to my stop loss at 29 cents. And I'll continue watching it because it's still dirt shit low on the RSI. But, at this point now, you're waiting for the stock to, the company to deliver some game-changing information to deliver another run. But it's still dirt cheap on the RSI, and you've got support at 25 cents. So if you're in the stock at 25 cents, you're fine. You're fine. On UNIS, you're just gonna have to again wait for some information to be delivered here. All right. Hey, what's up, Bad Scientist? He's talking about the we didn't really come up with. That's the thing. We didn't really come up with a watch list. You know, actually, we do kind of have a watch list, but it's, you know, it's quite 1,000. You know, it's almost 300, 400 different stocks. So I don't know. It's a lot of stocks. It's a lot of stocks. It's a lot of stocks. All right. Yes, indeed. Yeah, African Emporium. Yeah, African Emporium. Yeah, those are a lot. Yeah, a lot of the stocks we discussed today. African Emporium just put it out. Big Zini. Yep, absolutely. RCHA, GMUI. A lot of those tickers, man. You say he looks at 300 to 400 stocks daily? Damn. Shit. All right, and that list you can get on OTC Markets. You can get on OTC Markets. Can I go ahead and just post it in the Discord room? Let me see if it's, because I know it might be big of a file, but I know the Discord room max is 8 megabytes. I don't think it's that big. Let me see here. Let me post that list. Hold on. OTC stock list. All right. And these are all minimum trade at least 50,000 shares. Minimum. Hold on. Let's see if it's going to let me. I think it will. Minimum daily volume of at least 50K. So just, and I do that just because I don't want a stock that ain't trading nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to look at something that's just not trading at all. I want, you know, something that at least somebody's putting in, you know, 10 or $1 or whatever it is in the stock daily. All right, keeping it alive. Oh, shit. Okay, so it let me do it. All right, so it's in the Discord room. I just posted it in the Discord room. It's a PDF file, so you can go ahead and download the whole list right now in the Discord room. You can go ahead. Yeah, RCHA. Yeah, because we talked about RCHA. And also look at the news that RCHA put out, man. You know, one of the biggest things I'm upset with the fact that I missed the AMLH strain was the fact that the company was putting out all this game-changing news, but I wasn't paying attention to it. So I missed that huge move. Look at this move, man. If you go back to AMLH and you go back to January and you read some of the news articles they were putting out in January, they told you what was going to happen. They told you, hey, we've changed the direction of our company. We're acquiring this, and that. And the stock was at 0001, 0002. You know? And we missed out. I missed out. You know, on the 0002 to what was the recent high? 60? You know, 0002 to 0060. Yeah, it's a 2,900% move, man. That's a 2,900% move. You know, 2,900% move. And knowing me, you know, would have put in what, $250 maybe? I don't even want to do the math. It probably pissed me off. $250. But I'm just curious. You know, I love doing stuff like this. Yeah, $7,200. $250 into $7,200 in, you know, 60 days. 60 days. Not even that. I mean, you didn't even have to, you know, it was crazy, man. All right? Yes, indeed, man. So, all right, show your boy some love, man. Show your bub some love. Hit that PayPal if you can. If not, hit the like button. It's been a great week. I'll see you guys back here on Monday. We got new strategies now for the week. Some of you guys got some real good game today. All right. I appreciate you. Jamal Lewis, XF, Skyrick 875, Kev Mo, Norel Dixon, L Yeti, Royale Regali. Star God, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bad Scientist. Oh, let me give you the link. All right, let me give you the link. Give you the link right to the screener. Hold on. There it is right there. You see it? I'm going to put it in there one more time. I'm going to put the link in the Discord room too. I'm going to put it in the Discord room too. There it is. All right. Yes, indeed. Michael B., Brandon Jemerson, Cool Cat Beats, Trading Jedi. Thank you so much, sir. Woody Wright. Trading Jedi says, hey, he want to see people in the green next Monday until Friday, man. Melissa, thank you, Melissa. Jamal Lewis, appreciate the call, sir. Need a life soon. So, yeah, man, definitely get your knowledge up this weekend. You know, you ain't got to spend all weekend doing it, but a couple hours, man, pull out one of those torrents or one of those trading books. You got the game, but do you still understand the psychology of being an investor? You don't have to read those books that are trying to give you a new strategy every other page. I love the books that give me psychology of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, just the whole like idea of being an investor and a trader, and you know, the emotions your body goes through and shit as you going in and out of the trade and stuff. Those are things you still have to master. You know. Michael 91, appreciate the call, sir. Q-Tech, thank you. Mylon Davis, Brandon Jemerson, Victor Pazus, appreciate it, sir. Africa Emporium, of course. Joseph, thank you so much. 3.5 hours. Great show, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. See you Monday, same time, same place. Take care.